Good evening, everybody. Grab a drink of water here. While people are popping in here, I was going to test the tech side of things here real fast. And this is Trevor with Keyt coming at you with a call. Stretch crazy pumped about today. And let me check real fast. If you guys can pop through the questions panel really fast, there should be a little blue bubble down in your bottom right. If you can check that out and pop through the questions panel, a quick double yes if you can see me and if you can hear me. That'd be awesome. Quick double yes if you guys can see me and hear me. Every now and then the technology and this stuff doesn't work. And there was one time when I was like 20 minutes into a training call and people said they couldn't see me or hear me. And I was yapping for a while. So let me go through the questions panel if you guys can see me and hear me. And I'm crazy pumped to get diving in. I know right now it's just after 4 o'clock Pacific time on the West Coast, of course, and this is Wednesday. This call is live, 100% live. So if you guys have questions popping through the questions panel, I can answer them at the end of the call. But there should be a little blue button in the bottom, little blue bubble in the bottom. All right, if you guys can click that puppy and then pop through a quick double yes. And also let me know from where you guys are calling in from. You guys calling in from East Coast, West Coast, let me know the city. And also if you're a Keyt customer, let me know if you're a Keyt customer. If not, sweet. Welcome into the fold, into the Keyt community. Hope you guys are excited to dive in and kind of take a peek behind our data. And that's something I'm really, really excited about. Awesome. What's up, Robert? Thanks, man. So it looks like yes, you guys got it. This person from Anaheim, California. Cool. Luke Petroza, what's up, man? South Carolina. Good seeing you in Dallas last week, or 2 weeks. Shoot, time flies. Several weeks ago. Awesome. So looks like you guys are good to go. 1 second. I'm pulling up a really quick email that I'm just going to show here in a jiffy. And right there. Okay, cool. Sweet. So I'm going to get this presentation rolling here. And while I'm doing that, I want to toss a question out to you guys because this right here is something I'm so passionate about. Diving and teaching what we know, what we've learned, and sharing it with everyone else in the community. Because I know the data and the information that we have, and Luke Petroza as an example, who's a client of ours, he knows what he is seeing and what they're seeing. But the data that we have is really, really cool. And we want to take that data, put it into your hands, and show you guys exactly what we have found and what our clients have found is working right now in this cluttered market. And the title of today's presentation, of course, is after over 1.2 million online leads and almost 1,500 split tests, here's what we've learned. There's new research. And there's 3 specific things we're going to be walking you guys through today. Okay, 3 specific things. Within those 3 things, there's a couple elements you're going to be able to execute and implement in each one. What's up from the OC from California? Cool. What's up, man? And we want you guys to take notes on this because if you guys execute these things in this market, like this is a cluttered market. Who on this call is in a market that seems like it's getting busier and more cluttered? Pop through the questions panel, let me know. Who on this call is in a market that seems like it's getting busier and cluttered? Says, I hear a voice, but the video is not a supermodel, question mark. The video is definitely not a supermodel. Definitely not a supermodel. What's up, man? That's funny. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, cool. Looks like we're all good to go. I'm just getting everything set here, and I'm going to launch the presentation live. Cool. So I'm going to share the slides right now. And actually, this is something I want to throw at you guys, okay? This is something I want to throw at you because as I've grown my different businesses as I became an entrepreneur years and years ago, but then learned the right and the wrong way to do it. One thing that I want to toss out to you guys, there is a clear right and wrong way to grow and scale a business and scale your lead flow. And the way that I'd done it in the past was kind of a boom and bust business model, kind of like you were treading each and every month to try to get leads or get that business the next month. And I can tell you it doesn't feel good. You're always stressed out, wondering where that next lead flow or where the business is going to come. You're not building momentum. And as entrepreneurs, momentum's a big deal for us. Who on this call, like momentum is such a big deal that when you have positive momentum, you feel good. You feel happy, you feel content, you feel accomplished. Okay, when you have negative momentum, that's when you don't feel good, or even worse sometimes is no momentum at all. Who on this call is in a no momentum phase and you're like, man, I gotta get momentum in my business? One of the ways I'm gonna show you is exactly how you do that. who on this call is in a positive momentum phase where you just feel like you're jamming and things are going? Well, I'm show you guys how to stack on the momentum and build more momentum in this competitive market. All right, sweet, bunch of people on it. It's cool. I'm excited. But this right here, I guess this is what I was going to bring up. Then we'll open up the slides. So this is my motto for the year, and this is my aim for you guys on this call today. Okay, every single year I put canvases on a wall, on my office wall, to remind me of what I feel I need to focus on the most that year. This one up here was my reminder for 2017. Actions expresses priorities, because I know for me, there's a lot of things I say are important, but then my actions don't actually show it, right? If I say, and going in 2017 was that way big time. I would say that I'm wanting to do this in my business. I would say that I'm wanting to do this as a father or as a husband or a friend. But then I would actually get in the week, well, my actions weren't mapping to that at all. So I got this, and I started to find ways I could go, okay, if these are my ambitions, if I want to go from here to here business-wise or income-wise or leads-wise or as a husband or as a father or as a friend, what am I actually doing today, like today, right now, to show that those are priorities? So I want you guys to ask yourselves the same question, because you guys are coming on this training call with a very specific thing in mind, and you obviously are coming here because you probably need more leads. Is there anyone on this call who's here that does not need more leads? Is there anyone on this call who does not need more momentum in their business? Okay, let me know if there is anyone like that. If that's the case, I hope I can entertain you because this is all about how to get more leads and how to build momentum in this cluttered market, whether you're a newer investor or the top of the game, okay? But this right here is what I want you to focus on. What actions are you taking today, right here on this call, to show that it is priority for you to really get that consistent, predictable lead flow that's going to give you what you were looking for in your business. It's going to give you that freedom, the flexibility, the finances, and the impact that you've been looking for. Okay, that is right there. I want you to focus on what are my actions today, and are they mapping to the priorities that I say that are my goals for this year? Okay, and this one right here, it's an entrepreneur's, the ultimate goal for an entrepreneur is not money, it's complete control of your time. I want to show you guys how to have more control of your time. The way that I used to generate leads back in the day, honestly kept me trapped. Okay, I was trapped. I didn't have control over my time. And I want to be showing you guys exactly how our market leaders, according to our data, are regaining their time, but also ramping up their profits in a market where a lot of people are frankly going out of business or having a tougher time getting leads. These people are actually getting momentum. So you guys want to learn about that? Awesome, cool. So you guys should be able to see my slides right now. Can you guys see my slides? Let me know, please, if you could. And that way I just know they're good to go. Someone give me a quick yes, you can see the slides. If so, we will dig in right now. Okay, so this is the title of today's training call, like I said, and the thing that I'm the most passionate about is not particularly just the leads. The leads are the product by which you get the business that you've been looking for, right? So after 1,253,267 online opt-in leads, this does not include about 1 million plus phone call leads that came in the past 38 months, and the 1,400 almost split test. That's where we're testing things. Here's what the new research has showed. And we're going to show you 3 simple tweaks our top members use to instantly boost their sales and profits by at least 245% without having to be a tech or marketing expert now. Hopefully you guys want to learn about that and you guys want to really ramp up your business this year. So one of the reasons that we're also here is to celebrate this cool milestone. So I originally did a webinar similar to this in December of this last year when our clients were sitting right below the million lead number. And that was just in 36 months. And that was only online opt-in leads that include phone call leads, right? So it was something like 970-something thousand leads at the start of December. So we're like, oh my gosh, let's dig into the data and let's see where these leads are coming from. Let's see who is leading in these different regions of the country and why are they leading. What are those correlations between everybody? And around January 1st, our clients crossed over the 1 million lead mark in 36 months, which is a huge deal. That's like a big deal, right? So a lot of this call is to celebrate that as well. But now the celebration is kind of an ongoing one where our clients keep on racking up. The number is actually much higher than that number now because that screenshot, I think it took a week or two ago. So that number's up over 1.3 million leads in about 37, 38 months now. Okay, so we want to celebrate that with you guys because that's a big deal. What this means, what this equates to is freedom, flexibility, and hopefully impact in your business, right? So I want to introduce myself really fast, and then we'll dig into the training. I'm the CEO of this company called Keyt. And that's me in my office here in Roseburg, Oregon, small town Oregon. It's part of our mission here at Keyt is to help amplify our community and really also help to show people what you can do in rural communities around the world and build amazing businesses. We're in a town of 30,000 people. And so we're trying to really grow an amazing company, amazing team members. We have 20 full-time employees here with Keyt to serve you, serve our clients, and also to really lead on the innovation side of things so you guys can get the best results. Now, even if you're not a Keyt customer, that doesn't matter because this call is going to break down the data that came from our database. We have the most robust database of online lead generation information for real estate investors anywhere in the world, and we're going to show you the distilled version of what our most achieved and accomplished market leaders in certain parts of the market are doing. And one thing that's kind of came out of this mission that we got, one thing that's kind of came out of this mission that we got is some cool accolades. And I was recently fortunate enough to be on the Portland Business Journal 40 Under 40 list, which is a blast. And more than anything, it was because we can now tell the Keyt story. We can tell the Roseburg story, and really hope, hopefully amplify some people and show people that you can do some amazing things anywhere you are. And that's how business can really help you do it. Okay, but what I'm most excited about is really helping our clients finally unlock that freedom, that flexibility, the finances, of course, but then the impact that they'd really dreamed of with the business. Who on this call became an entrepreneur or is wanting to become a real estate investor entrepreneur because of the freedom that you hope that you would get, the flexibility that you hope that you would get, the finances, of course, could come along with it if you did it right. And then eventually someday maybe you'll hopefully make an impact with that business, right? It's like I think all of us can raise our hands that freedom, flexibility, and finances were massive decision factors in us becoming entrepreneurs, right? But the problem is that so many of us, I'm going to show this on the next slide, so many of us have lead models that don't allow that. Okay, so this is what I'm the most excited about, connecting with other clients like this. On the left side, that's some of our clients at our most recent Keyt camp. We have a small group of people, 10 to 15 high-end investors come out here to our offices. Last one's October, the next one's gonna be in May. And we actually put that out at keytcamp.com if anyone's interested in that. We open it up, we already have 3 of the 10 spots full in just 2 days. So go to keytcamp.com if you want to check that out. But this pumps me up. I teared up when I read this letter. I have a lot of these letters in my offices from the Jessiana Brothers in California. And he said, Keyt team, we're very happy to call you guys our business partners. You all help not just investors, but their families as well. I hope one day you can all see the true impact of your business and culture. Keep fighting the good fight and keep on inspiring others. Happy holidays. Josh and Anna. That right there is why I do what I do. That's why I do what I do. Because so many entrepreneurs are like me, like I was back in 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, where I had a business. I had that dream of flexibility and freedom and the finances a business could provide. At the time that this picture was taken, it was just after my daughter McKinley was born in 2010. And I was making low 6 figures a year, as an entrepreneur and a person who was in their mid-20s. That's pretty darn good, right? But I was miserable. And I didn't really recognize it at the time, but I recognized it several years later, and I recognize it now, that the reason I was miserable is because I was having to hustle in my business all the time because I didn't have consistent, predictable, momentum-building revenue model, consistent, predictable, momentum-building lead flow. We had to go out there and hunt we had to go out there and just hunt and hunt and hunt and hunt every single month. And we never really had predictability between what our lead flow would be the next month. And that's not a fun spot to be. When you're running a business that way, what happens is all of a sudden your business traps you like it did me. You don't have the freedom anymore because you mentally can't pull away and actually rest because you're always thinking about how do I go out there and get the next one because I don't know where the next one's coming from. Okay, you don't have the flexibility at all. You can't go take that month off because you're going, shoot, if I go away, what happens to this? I can't answer phone calls. I don't have the lead flow. What happens to this? So then your business traps you. You might have the finances, but you don't have the exact things that you even started the business for, which is freedom and flexibility. And as smiley as I was there, I thought I had it decently great. Everyone around me thought I had it made, but I knew that I was miserable. And then I went to an event in 2011, and I did what every single good, successful entrepreneur does that I know. They take out their wallet, they take out their credit card, they make an investment, they pay for something to help improve themselves. And I went to this event called Awesomeness Fest in Costa Rica. That's a buddy of mine, Brad, sitting next to me. And there was a speaker up there that kind of changed my perspective on what business could do in the way that I should be running it. Okay, like I said, I had some money at that time, but I didn't have the freedom and flexibility as much as I wanted to. And what that got me looking at was I started to look at other people like Richard Branson and other entrepreneurs like that, that I was going, what is it about those people? What is it about those people that makes it so they can so crazy enjoy their business? So their business serves them and their mission. They don't serve their business. How many people on here always see the people posting on Facebook or Instagram, man, I'm hustling. It's 5:30 in the morning. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Hustle and grinding is good for a bit. When you grind too much, what happens? If you grind something too much, it becomes dust. It becomes pulp. You can't do anything with that. And there's way too many people out there grinding, and they're not creating the systems and processes that I'm going to show you today in the Market Leaders Revealed training that our market leaders are doing to create consistent, predictable momentum building lead flow. Once you have that, now you have the freedom. Now you have the flexibility, and you have the finances to go with it. Then you can make your impact. And that's the epiphany that I made. And I started to dig into things, go like, what is it about this? How is it that you get that? And I came to the conclusion that it's really all about performance. It's about performance and consistency, which builds momentum. You have to find what are those levers in your business, in your lead flow, in your market that are going to give you the best possibility of getting the right business, the right sellers, the right tenants, the right buyers, whatever it is you're looking for. What are those performance levers? I can pull this one, I can pull this one, I can pull this one, I can pull this one. Consistently over months, if not years, it's going to build momentum that's going to give me this. Okay, that's why my journey for that next 3, 4, 5, 6 years became, is how can I really figure out the best way to generate leads and really leverage the web to build consistency, to build predictability, to build that momentum. And I started to do with other people too. And around that time, it was around 2012, 13, when we started Keyt at the end of 2013, we were kind of in the age of you just got to get online, right? You find books like this, or you find your Wix, Weebly, Squarespace, GoDaddy, your local mom and pop web development shop. Those popped up everywhere because the only call to arms from 2012 through or 2002 through 2013, the only call to arms for small business, especially real estate investors and agents, was you got to get online, right? It's like, who remembers those ads? Who remembers seeing those things? Get online, get online. The only requirement for us as small business owners was to get online, because if we got online, therefore we must have an advantage, right? But come 2012, 13, everyone was online already because of all these amazingly easy tools to get online. But what happened was those amazingly easy tools were not built to perform. They weren't built to actually attract a qualified person there effectively through the search engines. They weren't built at all to then convert the person once they got there into a lead that you could work with. So many small businesses and real estate investors are using tools that are created for ease of use and ease of launch, not for performance. We're now in the age of performance. It's no longer effective to just be online. The era of performance-based marketing is here. So you have the comparison between the mindset of I just got to get online, check the box, go, I'm online, to the performance mindset. And that's what we're going to be highlighting in this Market Leaders Revealed is that's one of the big correlations we found is those people who are winning. It's not just about mechanics. We're going to show you plenty of mechanics on this call that you can take and model and deploy. We're going to show you plenty of those things. But it's about a mindset too. And you've got to really be looking at those performance levers. When we started to interview a lot of these market leaders, they kept on saying the same things over and over and over again. They pulled these performance levers. They didn't call them those. We called them those on our interviews where we were talking with them. We're like, oh, there's another performance lever. There's another performance lever. And it's really how our top clients gain the edge and consistency in a cluttered market. It's the path to creating a business that builds momentum. Who on this call, popular the questions panel right now, who on this call wants momentum in your business? I mean, who wants, oh yeah, awesome. Cool. Yeah, Marsha. Sweet. Yeah, there's a bunch of people pop through that you want momentum, right? Because momentum feels good. Momentum means you're marching towards the right direction. We all want that. But certain lead models don't allow that. Okay, so let me show you an example real quick. Here's Tyler Ford. Tyler Ford's one of our clients. He's down in Tucson, Arizona. And I'd actually just wrapped up a podcast with him a week ago that's going to be playing Tuesday this next week, okay? And this podcast, if you guys listen to the Keyt Cast, go find it on iTunes, Keyt Cast. And this is going to be walking through Tyler's story. Now, Tyler's one of the leading home buyers in the Tucson, Arizona market. But a year ago, January 2017, and he talks about this on the podcast, he said, after 20 years in real estate, I was going to give up. Because I had the worst start to my business ever. I had $20,000 stolen from a contractor. I wasn't having fun. Okay, what does that sound like, guys and gals? It sounds like no momentum or backwards momentum. It sounds like him being trapped in a business that isn't created to then help him really achieve the freedom, flexibility, and finances. If you start to roll it back, it was like, why was that? Well, he had one lead source, and that one lead source had negative momentum in it. So he was getting ready to give up. And then he ended up doing some searching. And he's like, I believe in the online side. He already had a website ranking #1 on Google for a search phrase in Tucson. Okay, but it was one search phrase. And he had one #1 ranking, one search phrase, and he was getting some leads. And then he actually took the lead himself. He did the way every good entrepreneur does, every successful entrepreneur does. They take their wallet out of their pocket, they take their credit card out, and they invest. And he actually said, okay, before I invest with Keyt, I'm going to drive up to Oregon to see if you guys are legit. And he's the only one that's done that, like that far. But he literally got in his car, drove up to Oregon after he did a race in Tahoe. He's a triathlete. And he's about 4 or 5 hours out of the way. He spent 2 hours with us and said, okay, let's do this. Fast forward a year later, watch that podcast. He's at the best start to his year. He has positive momentum. He's building his business. He's had the most profits he's ever had. And you can see in this picture, he even said, he goes, man, I'm having the most fun I've ever had in business. That's what I want for you guys. And it was only unlocked because he was able to do exactly what I'm going to be teaching you guys today to really get consistency and predictability in your lead flow to build momentum. Okay? And here's a video from Tom Caparelli. He's one of the top home buyer in Boston, and he already had a bunch of lead flow coming in. He had momentum. Okay, the problem was he didn't realize that he wasn't focusing on performance as much as he should have, and he actually lost hundreds of thousands of dollars because he didn't focus on this one thing that he talks about on the momentum side of things.
So for everyone who's on right now, just to give you guys, full disclosure, I'm a client of Trevor's. I really, really believe in this product. And I want to just really quickly tell you, Trevor, my story before I ended up signing on with your company.
Cool.
So I'm a real estate investor. I've been doing this for 10 years. I do a ton of volume. I spend a lot of money on online marketing. And I had a really, really, really pretty site. Site looked awesome. Everyone who went to it said how great it looked. It had all of my flip properties that I've done on it. I spent a bunch of money on it. But I kept hearing about you. And people kept saying, oh, should I get a carrot? Because I also coach and work with investors in other parts of the country. Yeah. And they would say to me, should I get a carrot site? And I say, man, why? Just copy my site. Like, I'll have my web guy for $50, copy my site. And then I kept getting this feedback, like I bought his site and now I'm getting more leads.
Yep.
And so to be 100% truthful with you, I would look at your site and I'd say, doesn't look pretty. And I would literally say, this is just a template. There's nothing special about it. Mm-hmm. And then again, I just kept getting the feedback that your site worked, like meaning it was converting more people. I'm gonna split test this, mm-hmm. and I'm gonna send half my traffic to my site and half my traffic to your site, and literally more than double conversion.
So the reason I showed that video right there is because, like I said, even a person who has momentum, he ended up not focusing on performance on some of the most important parts of things, and he was losing hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. So we're going to show you exactly what he implemented and executed to double that lead flow in his business this past year, and that's something anyone can do, right? So we're going to show you the 3 secrets here that we've found by digging into that data. And after 1.2 million online opt-in leads, this include phone call leads, and almost 1,500 split tests. Here's what we've learned. Secret number 1 is the profit switch calculation that the top investors use to outspend their competitors and pull the rug from underneath them before they even realize it. This is key. Every single one of those top people in those markets were doing this, even if they didn't know it. We're going to show you guys exactly how they're doing it. Okay, secret number 2. After testing over 400,000 sellers and buyers, these strategic but simple website design elements doubled their lead flow. That's going to be talking about what Tom talked about. Who on this call wants to get more leads and double your lead flow from the traffic you're already getting to your website without doing anything? Like, I think that right there is like, it's free money. It's an immediate raise, right? Secret number 3 is the traffic stack framework that fuels almost all the leads that the top Keyt clients get. So I want you to see the flow that we're going here, right? The first thing is a mindset switch, and it's basically, here's the mindset that we all have to do when we're going into a market. And most people, the problem is, don't have this mindset switch. We're gonna help you switch that mindset, okay, just by a simple calculations, because it's gonna take a few minutes. This is what all the top people do on our platform. Okay, then right here, number 2 is basically, hey, now once you've made that mindset switch, that thing that you're sending people to, your website,
How do you make it so it performs well? What are the levers you can pull? Next, how do you get people there? Okay, so we're gonna be really pulling all of these into one training here and walking you through. So the secret number one, the profit switch calculation that the top investors use to outspend their competitors and pull the rug from underneath them before they even realize it. This is a picture of Brad Chandler. Brad Chandler is the CEO and co-founder of a company called Express Home Buyers. And Express Home Buyers is one of the largest home buyers in the country, if not the largest. They're all over the place. They're now national. Brad's in a mastermind of mine. And I was on the phone with him, this is about 3 years ago, when we were doing consulting for him, helping to lay out their strategy, how they could go national and also increase their performance, okay? Because they were an amazing business. They were running a lot of traffic online, generating a good amount of leads, but they had a lot of leaky buckets, and those leaky buckets were costing them hundreds of thousands of dollars per year. So we ended up diving in with him, and I explained what I'm going to explain to you guys here in a second, but when I explained to him this profit switch calculation, he goes, man, I've never looked at it like that ever. I've never looked at paid traffic or lead acquisition that way. And as soon as he heard that, and I've told this to countless other people since then, they're like, this light bulb went off in their brain to go, okay, that right there shows me the path to win my market. And I want you guys to not take this lightly, because it's a simple calculation, right? It's a simple calculation. But this is something that could happen to you if you don't do this. So this is a rising trend in hot markets right now. And I think most people on this call can attest that it's a pretty hot market in most of the cities that you guys are in. I'm seeing people in Mesa, California, a couple other California people. Tawan hops on here, says, just ready to learn, work hard, and make money. Awesome, I love it. But formerly successful investors and agents right now in this market are struggling. So we have thousands of customers, and no matter how good we are, we see people cancel every day because they're going out of business. And it's because they're not focusing on performance. They don't know their numbers very well. Okay, even if they have a high converting website, they don't lock their brain into this first secret, which is the profit switch calculation. So here's a good example. We had this client in Birmingham, Alabama, and this guy did all the work he needed to do. He got ranked #1 in Google. He got the traffic. He was getting the leads. You know, he's getting 5 to 10 leads a week. And then he was closing deals left and right the first 2 years. Then it was about, 2.5, 3 years into it, which was about a little over a year ago. He messaged me and said, hey, I'm leaving the business. I mean, why are you leaving the business? Okay, you're getting the same amount of lead flow you were getting 2 years ago, man, where you're closing deals. Like, what's going on? He said, I haven't closed a deal in a while. And I'm looking at things. He's like, still got the ranking, still got the lead flow. He's got consistency. He's got predictability. He's got those things that we were mentioning. What does he not have? It was the mindset that we're talking about here in profit switch calculation. Okay. And what that mindset was he hadn't shifted his business model in order to really dispose of those deals and those leads well. He hadn't shifted his model on what he needs to be doing profit margin wise so he could compete with the people in that market. He was still operating in a business model mindset from 2 years prior. The market had evolved. So we ended up buying the website from him, and he was ecstatic about it. We're like, what do we do with this website now? We're not in the business. So we went to another carrot client in that market. We said, hey, we've got these leads coming in. Let's partner up, or let's sell you the website. We ended up partnering up on those particular leads. We're looking at selling the site now. This is a screenshot from an email at the end of November where we closed 2 deals that week within about a month of buying the site. That was just the first wire that we got, $4,600. The other one was I think a little bit larger than that one, I believe it was. So not big dollars, but that was our half of the deal. And we turned a website from non-performing to one that made us about 8 or 9 grand in that first month after buying it. And the investor we partnered with, the same thing. The only thing, guys, was this mindset. The only thing was this mindset. Okay. And let me know who has heard this quote before. Whoever can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. Now here's a screenshot of Tom Caffarello again, right there. And I don't know if you guys notice this, but in the background, there's a little quote stuck up on his wall. And it's really small, but I'll read it to you. It says, ultimately, the business that can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. Now, you might ask, why does he have that on there? Why does he have that on there? He has it on there because he has adopted this mindset that's making him the #1 home buyer in Boston. Now, you don't have to want to be the #1 home buyer anywhere, but you do have to adopt this mindset if you want to compete with any home buyer in that market. And he knows that when he can outspend his competition, i.e., when he can spend more money to get the lead and then turn it into a profit, he's going to win. The math just works out. We're going to show you guys what the math is. A business beats its competition by making the same prospect worth more to his business than that of the competition. Yeah, Barry said, is someone slacking you? Dude, let me turn that off, man. Yeah, it wasn't someone slacking me. I just had Slack up and my team was probably chatting. So you caught me, man. I got it turned off. So Dan Kennedy, famous marketer, says this, and I want you guys to wrap your brains around this, and this is how you do it, okay? Take out a piece of paper right now and get a piece of paper, get a pen, pencil, whatever you want to do, and write these acronyms down. Write APD at the top. APD is average profit per deal. Right below that, write LPD. That's leads per deal. How many leads does it take to get one of those deals? Okay? And then CPL is cost per lead. Okay? APD, average profit per deal. LPD is leads per deal. And CPL is cost per lead. Okay? The whole calculation we're talking about is something I call the max cost per lead calculation. Why is this so important? Is this a mathematical based calculation? Kind of. What this more does for all of us is it completely makes our minds shift around what is actually important to win the market. This is more of a mindset shift calculation than a mathematical calculation. Okay, and I came across this because I kept on talking with so many investors and agents in this market over the past 6 to 12 months. And every single time I'd see a lot of people giving up in their market before they should have. And I'm like, why are you guys giving up? You guys are right there. You guys are about to crush it. You're about to get that deal that's going to push you over the edge. The math shows it. And they'd be like, what is the math? I'm like, well, here's the math. Let's do it right here. And I would do this calculation I've been doing for years. And then they'd be like, whoa, that completely changed the way I look at it. The ones that actually took the advice win their market. The ones who don't. Okay, so let's take it one step further and have you write down some actual numbers. Okay, so average profit per deal. Let's use an example here. So APD in this case, average profit per deal is $20,000. Okay, so put in your own number there if you know what your average profit per deal is. If not, just use the 20K. Okay, right below that, how many leads does it take you to get one of those $20,000 deals? In this case, in this example, we're going to use 20 LPD, 20 leads per deal. Okay, so it takes 20 leads in order to get one of those $20,000 deals. All right, so now this is where it comes in. How much money would you trade in order to get that $20,000 deal? So if you were able to outlay a certain amount of marketing dollars in order to get that $20,000 deal, how much money would you trade all day long, every single day to get that? Now, most people are probably going to say, you know, 5,000, 3,000, 7,000, whatever it is. If you say over 10 grand here, now technically, if you were guaranteed you were going to trade the 10 and get back 20, of course, we do that all day long, right? If you can guarantee that you can put in $1 and get 2 back out, do that all day long. And I'm going to show you guys why that's important here in a second. Okay, that's crazy important here in a second. But what most people look at is if I can make like whatever my gross profit is, if 25% of that can be my cost to acquire the deal, I'm happy, right? So in this case, $5,000 is what I would trade to get the 20K all day long. Okay, all day long. All right, so in this case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take how many leads does it take me to get that deal, and then what would I trade to get that? So divide 5,000 by 20, and that equals your max cost per lead. Okay, because what that's saying is if it takes me 20 leads to get one of those deals, and I have to spend $5,000 or less to get those 20 leads, I'm sorry, if I have to spend $5,000 less to get those 20 leads, then the max amount I can spend on those leads is $250. Now, who on this call actually wants to spend $250 on a lead? Is anyone spending less than $250 on a lead? Let me know through the questions panel, right? I hope all of you guys are. But here's where the mindset shift comes in, okay? The reason that the market leaders follow a calculation like this is because they know that they can outspend their competitors and have the math work in their favor. The people who don't win in the markets don't have math work in their favor. They base their marketing budget off of emotion. Okay, they might be going, well, my buddy over here, Mark, is getting leads for $65 a lead. My leads are $175 a lead. I need to stop this lead source. Okay, I'm spending way too much. Mark is getting them for way less. So you stop your lead source. But if your math was like this, you could crush your market at a lead cost of up to $250, assuming that these numbers stayed constant, assuming your average profit per deal is still 20K, and assuming your leads per deal is 20. You could crush your market getting leads for $250 or under. Way too many of the people who aren't winning their markets or even going out of business or struggling are focusing on how cheap can I get leads. You should be focusing on what's the top max amount that I could spend on leads and have math prove that I can crush the market. And then the only other equation there is like, you got to make sure you're sending them to a website that converts and some other things. We're going to take care of that in this call. We're going to show you exactly what you need to do that. Okay. So let's kind of use another example. Let's say your average profit per deal is 20,000. Let's say it takes 10 leads to get one of those deals. same $5,000. You trade the same $5,000 to get that 20 grand in marketing. Okay. So in this case, if you close your deals better, if you're a better closer, or you're just getting better quality leads and you're closing 1 in 10 of those leads into a deal, that's amazing, right? We have some clients doing that. So in this case, you could spend up to $500 per lead. You can spend up to $500 per lead and have math work in your favor to absolutely crush your market and crush your competition. While your competition is giving up at $150 or $250 or even $300 a lead, they're going, these leads are way too expensive. As long as, caveats, once again, as long as the leads are quality and as long as your website's converting well, which we're going to take care of those in secret number 2 and secret number 3. As long as those are all constant, I would spend $500 a lead all day long while my competition is stopping at 150 lead, complaining about how expensive their leads are, and I win. You're going to stop your marketing. I'm going to keep going. I win. That's what the market leaders are doing. They wrap their heads around math with their marketing and get emotion out of the equation. Okay, so let's kind of break this down and how this works. So using this example, if you double conversion rate on your website, so let's say you've got this max cost per lead calculation down, right? Now, I'm not telling everyone to go out there and spend $500 a lead. I hope you spend way less than that, because then that makes the math work even better in your favor. What I'm saying is if you're stopping based on emotion, not based on what the math says, that is what our data shows that is causing people to lose in competitive markets. Okay, the second you get emotion in to your marketing game, you're done. I've done that. I've done that tons of times. But over the past 4, 5, 6 years, I've learned to switch that. And now all of my marketing spend is all based on math. And I can confidently go in and go, sweet, here comes predictable, consistent momentum building lead flow now, because it's based on math, not emotion. So let's use this example. So how do you now turn that into more money in your pocket? Okay, so there's some ways that you can actually then leverage performance in order to put more money in your pocket with the same amount of leads. So let's use 2 scenarios here. So one scenario is this. Your old cost per lead is $130, let's say. So let's say you weren't spending the $250 or $500. You were able to get a lead source in at $130 per lead for Motivated House Seller as an example. And let's say your website is converting at about 5%. That means 5 of every 100 people that land there turn into a lead for you. Okay, so that's not too bad. So let's just assume in this scenario that was 100 leads that it got you over time. Okay, using that scenario, your average profit per deal, let's say, is 10K. Let's say it takes you 20 leads to get one of those deals. That's going to equal 5 deals. Okay, 5 deals times 10K equals $50,000 in profits. Now that's going to be a pretty good profit for you. Okay, that's a good profit. No, I don't think anyone would balk at having some sort of a profit well into the 5 figures. Right now, the below the line is where the market leaders are winning. The above the line is where the mediocre majority is. The below the line is where the market leaders are winning. And they're going to be the ones here at the end of 2018. They're going to be the ones here at the start of 2019. The people above the line are going to be teetering on going out of business during this year as the market gets harder to get deals and competition gets harder. Okay, so let's say your website converts way better. Let's say you're able to double your conversion rate on your website, just like Tom Caffarella said in his market he did. Okay, let's say his website is 10% conversion rate now for sellers. The same amount of traffic that's coming in got him 200 leads. Okay, 200 leads. Same amount of traffic. He spent the same amount of money to get those people there. That didn't go up at all. That didn't change. It stayed the same as the example above. But his conversion rate doubled, so his leads doubled. His lead cost got cut in half now. So his cost per lead is $65 a lead. So now the same amount of money spent to get the leads there turned into double the profits, 10 deals and 100K. That sounds pretty cool, right? Because he focused on performance. So Tom actually was leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table, because right now he's pulling in a little over 110 leads per week through that one website of his, just online. That doesn't include any of his offline stuff. That's just his Carrot website, 110 leads per week for sellers. Can you imagine how much money he was losing when it was 50 to 60 on his old website? It was a lot of money, right? A lot of money. So what do you do? So once you kind of nail that math calculation, here's step 1. You've got to drive traffic based on math, not based on emotion. If the math says their max cost per lead is $350, what should you do? Well, you should launch some ads somewhere. And I'll show you guys where to launch those ads here in a second. And I'll actually show you guys how you can get our full Facebook marketing course for free. And I'm going to show you guys how to get some of our other, our Google pay-per-click training for free too. So hold on for a little bit longer. Okay, so you're going to launch some sort of ads in here from Facebook, Google AdWords, wherever it is, or that could even be a direct mail piece, okay, as an example. And then let's say in this example, the cost per lead is 130 bucks once again. It takes you 20 of those leads to get a deal. In this case, your average profit per deal is 10K. So every single one of those deals, you actually profit, net profit, $7,400. That's where you take the ad cost out and then you net it out. Your net profit, 7,400 bucks. That's pretty good, right? So that's what you have to do, is trust the math. But then what you need to do next is, how do you take it from an average profit per deal of 7,400 or whatever it is, to ramping up your profits like the market leaders are doing? Well, you got to refine performance. So secret number 2, I'm going to be showing you here in a second, is performance levers that you need to refine to squeeze out more money in this market. What you do in a competitive market, y'all, is you've got to stack little changes that pull levers over and over and over again, consistent little changes that pull levers, that build momentum, that beat out your competition. They're going to keep you in business. Every step in the process of getting a lead, negotiating it, putting it under contract, every step in the process, there's likely performance levers that are losing you money, can get you free money. You just got to refine them consistently. Who on here feels that you guys probably have some money or leads that you're losing somewhere in the process? On your website, it's not converting well enough, or after you get the lead, you're probably not following up fast enough, or after you talk to someone, maybe you're not a great negotiator. Does anyone on here feel that you're probably losing some deals somewhere in that flow? Either on your ads, they're not effective. On your website, it's not set up to convert well. Your follow-up isn't quick enough or good enough. And then your negotiation isn't good enough. Anyone in that camp? Yeah, a bunch of people are in that camp, right? We all are. Like, we all have things we can refine. There's not one business that I know of, no matter how amazing they are, even Brad's business, that doesn't have spots to refine here. It's all free money. So here's a few things that you can do to refine performance. Okay, you can lower your click costs and your paid ads, right? So I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that with some of our training. Okay, we have premium training on Google AdWords and Facebook ads. We're going to show you guys how to do that. I'll actually give you I'll give you a way to get our courses for free at the end of this call. Okay, another way you can do it is you can increase your conversion rate on your website. And that's what we're going to be talking about, secret number 2 here in a second. Okay, because if you can double your lead flow there or increase it by 10%, that's a 10% raise in your income. Or you can increase your close ratio. So after a lead comes in, what can you do to increase the percentage of those leads that turn into a deal? And these are the things that those market leaders are doing. After we interview them and talk to them, they're like, hey, we focus on this and we focus on this and we focus on this. The ones who don't, they launch something, they do something, they don't focus on these levers, and they go, shoot, it's not working as well as I thought. I'm going to stop this. I'm going to do something else. They have shiny object syndrome. Okay. So for example, let's look at that lever point on making your website convert better. So in this example, it's a real example. It's from a client's website in Florida, in Miami, actually. And this is a Motivated House Seller website, but this is not a Carrot website. Okay. This is their WordPress site. They have their Carrot sites on the side. And they're like, the leads, I'm getting more leads through this other site because they had already got that ranked well and they're already driving traffic to it. The Carrot site, they weren't driving a lot of traffic to it, but they're going, my Carrot site is converting better. So like, what's the deal? What are you guys doing? And because we've learned all these things over years and years and years, a lot of people kind of ask us, what is the magic that makes Carrot convert well, right? And there's no magic really. It's just like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of small changes stacked over the course of years and years and years equal something that looks like magic, but it is just hard work and consistency, right? Pulling those levers consistently. So in this example, as soon as we saw a site, we're like, man, here's 5 things you need to change. We've already baked them into Carrot. So like your Carrot site already has these things. But on this side over here, dude, if you just change these words in that button, your conversion rate's going to go up. So we changed the words in his opt-in box from submit to get my fair cash offer. Now, how do we come up with those words? Based off of tons of testing that we've done. That one change, screenshot from that test, it over doubled his lead flow. It took it from 1.54% to 3.44%, an increase of 123.13%. Would any of you guys want 123% increase in your lead flow without doing anything else? Just making one small change? I think all of us would, right? And that's stuff that we bake into our system. You guys can learn the same stuff. Okay, for example, here's another one. This is just found money. So this is a client right here, Home Remedy KC. They're in Kansas City. This website, we tested the number of form fields on the homepage. Okay, so is it 7 or 8 form fields better, or 5 or 3 or 1, that kind of thing? So the control in this example, so the one that was the one that we were testing had 5 form fields for a seller website. Okay, here's these 5 things we asked them. The variation was 3 form fields. It was your property address, phone number, email. Okay, the variation, or the 3 form fields, increased lead flow by 16.86% here. And I'm sure you guys examples of these exact websites here in a second that you can emulate. Okay, you can emulate. All right. So using this example again, let me take it one step further. You've already seen how just a little conversion tweak in your website can make it perform better. But what happened? How does it happen in real world? So here's a message from Ryan Berry, one of our clients. He's actually out of Ohio. And Ryan says this, we sent everyone an email, a little survey, and like, hey, what do you feel about Carrot? He said, man, number one, leads, constant, daily, nonstop leads, credibility. Almost everyone checks us out, and our Carrot site gives us awesome instant credibility. 3, SEO rankings, yep, we've got them. 4, new content. Man, do I love not having to write blog posts every week. I just schedule them and boom. He's talking about our content pro system in our software. Number 5, trainings. I followed them to a T, and I've got great results. We're going to show you guys how to get those trainings for free on this call, okay? The exact ones he's mentioned that he paid for. Number 6, value. I'll never stop paying you. It's chump change compared to what I get for it. Where else can I put in $1 and get 63 back? Hey, but don't raise my prices now. I told you that. And we kind of mentioned that a little bit ago about performance levers. Performance levers are, how do you put $1 in and get more money coming back the next time? And there's so many people out there that have websites or have their marketing. They might even be getting leads, just like Tom. Tom was getting leads. This website is his on the left side. Tom was getting leads, okay? He's a top home buyer in Boston. He could pay any kind of money to any web developer to have him build a website. He was getting leads. He thought the thing worked. He didn't realize how much leads in business he was losing until he switched over and tried something new. He took a leap of faith, took that wallet out of his pocket, decided to invest and test, and he doubled his lead flow. So whoever can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. One of the ways Tom can spend the most is because now he makes more profit for every visitor that lands in his website, because his website converts double what it did before. Means he can outspend his competitors more now. That's how he's winning. Okay, so how about your close rate? Can your website assist in increasing your close ratio, but put more money in your pocket too? So kind of same thing. Someone clicks an ad from your website, they land on your website, and then over here on that side of things, there's did you make a deal or not, right? But when they're bouncing around on your website, when they're bouncing around on your website, what they're doing over there is they're checking you out, right? And they're doing the same thing to your competitors. So what do you have on your website that is making them more apt to work with you than someone else? Okay, we all find ourselves doing this. Whenever you're going to go buy something, I found myself, we're renovating our house right now. I found myself in Home Depot. I took out my cell phone. I did Google searches to do reviews on the flooring that I was looking at buying, right? We all do that stuff, right? Raise your hand behind the scenes like, do you do that? We all do that stuff, right? It's just what we do. That's where you go to find out solutions, okay? So when someone lands there and they have 4 or 5 different options, they have 2 postcards in their house, they have 4 or 5 websites they checked out, how is it that once they decide, yeah, all these companies have a service that it looks like they can solve my problem? That's their first thing. Can I check that box? Does this company look like they have a service that can solve my problem? As soon as they say, yeah, it looks like they do. They can buy houses. It looks like they close quickly. They're local. Cool. They check that box. The next thing they look at is, which one of these do I want to work with? And there's certain things you can do on your website to increase the propensity of you closing that deal against your competitors. So same thing, looking at the data, I'm going to show you guys some specific things you can do here in secret number 2. But looking at the data, the market leaders overwhelmingly had at least 5 credibility elements on their website, at least. Okay, look at the left side. Look at that screenshot on the left side. That screenshot on the left side is from a national home buying website. I know the owner of it, they're a great company, but it's kind of like, there's no personality, there's no personal touch, there's no connection whatsoever. It's kind of this nameless, faceless corporation. Okay, on the right side, this is Zach. Zach and Matt are business partners. They're young guys. Okay, they close lots of deals now. They just started 8 months ago. Okay, they haven't been in business for 20 years, y'all. They just started 8 months ago. And they locked down over $100,000 in contracts in January alone, 100% online, from the exact way I'm going to be teaching you guys in sections 2 and sections 3. And I'm going to be giving you guys a chance to get the exact training they went through for free at the end of this call as well. Okay, so look at this page right here. It's got a picture of him and his wife. They're a nice family. They're not axe murderers. It's got a big 5-star Google rating star there. That adds trust and credibility. Below that, you can't see here, but below that is testimonials, and they've got good testimonial videos. Here's people who have worked with them before. And then he doesn't say at the top of his about page, hey, here's how awesome we are. He says, you know what? Here's how we're going to treat you. Our goal is to treat you with integrity and respect. Like, can you imagine landing on that right site, that right website versus the left one, and comparing the two and go, man, I just have a better feeling about this one. I really do. Those edges in this competitive market are what helping some of our clients get over 22% higher close ratio because they've dialed in these performance levers on their websites. And I think a lot of people, and I've made this mistake too. A lot of people think, man, I did the mechanics, I launched the thing, I did this, sweet, therefore that's all I've got to do. But what happens is in competitive markets like this, your prospects are doing the research. They're doing their research. And it's those little things that are mattering. Right? And our data shows that the About page is still the top 3 most visited web pages across all of our client sites. It doesn't matter if it's a cash buyer website or motivated house seller website. It doesn't matter. The About page in our data always, always, always shows the About page as one of the top 3 most visited web pages, no matter what type of website across of our network. Why is that? Here's a screenshot from Tarek and Christina. They're a client of ours, been a client for years. Look at that little hot spot that we're pointing to. This is what the software, and this is called a heat map. And a heat map gauges where people click on a web page. There's a big hot spot, y'all, right there over the Our Company page. Why is that? Because they land here and they go, okay, first checkbox. Do they have a service that looks like they can solve my problem? Check, yes. They buy houses, they're local, they pay cash, cool. Now, who are they? What are they about? All right, that's what that's about. So let's amplify profits now. So let's say now you're able to implement some things to increase your close ratio. You follow up faster. Now, not like an hour away, you're answering all the calls live, or you follow up within minutes. Okay. You also add a good About page. You add some testimonials to your website. You add at least 5 credibility elements, like all the market leaders that we found in our data have. And you improved your close ratio from 1 in 20 leads into a deal to 1 in 15.4, 1 in 15. Okay, still the average profit per deal is the same. The lead flow is still the same. Now you took your profits on that bottom example. You took your profits now from $100K to $130,000. This right here, y'all, this right here, that top bottom equation, this is what is the difference between the market leaders and the people who are struggling. It's that mindset, and then it's continually pulling these small, simple levers. So do you think that the person that's making $130K in that market with the same lead flow is going to win against the person that made 50? That person that made 130K can spend so much more money to get the leads in that market. It's going to be really hard for the person with the 50K to compete well. Okay. And the cool thing is about it, you don't have to have deep pockets. You don't have to be an experienced investor of 20 years. You can literally be just like those guys, just like Zach and Matt that started 8 months ago in a competitive market. And they locked down $103,000 in contracts. Like, we're talking like that's their wholesale fees on those contracts in January alone doing this stuff. It's not because they're better. It's because they're pulling these lever points. All right. So how many leads and deals are you giving up today? And that's a question I want you to really think about. How many leads how many leads and deals are you giving up today? A secondary question, how many are you okay with giving up? How many leads and deals are you okay with giving up because of underperformance? And this is a choice, okay? You don't have to be a techie and say, hey, oh man, I'm just not a techie, so that must not be for me. And yeah, that's why I'm not performing well. It's a choice that all of us can make, okay? We work with a ton of people who aren't techies that get great results, okay? How many leads and deals are you okay? If you lose 1 deal a year in that example before, where your average profit per deal was 10K, are you okay with giving up 10K because you didn't make a decision to change these performance levers right now? And that kind of goes back to that canvas on the wall of what are your priorities this year? If you say your priorities are to grow your business, be more profitable, have more flexibility, freedom, build momentum, and you're not pulling these levers, are your actions actually mapping to priorities? Yeah, that's a good question, right? So the top investors in our data set know their profit switch. They know how much they can and should invest into marketing before they ever even think about stopping that marketing activity. Those who stop, they lose, okay? Or they don't have high-performing marketing working for them. So you got to figure out your max cost per lead, your max cost per deal. Write those down before you leave this call, and that's going to change your mindset on how you enter that market. Now, like I said, there's some caveats, which we're going to answer them in secret number 2. But secret number 1, the profit switch calculation that the top investors use to outspend their competitors and pull the rug out from underneath them before they even realize it. Your competition in your market that are the ones winning are not necessarily getting more leads. They're just turning those leads into more profits. All right. And that's what we want you guys to do. We want you guys to do that same thing. All right, we want you guys to do that same thing. Luke Petrozzi, who's on this call, we were at a mastermind a couple weeks ago, and him and Brandon, his business partner, they were talking about. I mean, they do an absurd amount of deals. Like when I heard the number of deals you guys said you were doing per month, I turned to Adrian. I'm like, did they say per month or per year? Like I'm talking like it's a lot of deals, y'all. But it's very low margin. So one thing that they're working on this year is lowering their deal volume a little bit, but increasing their margins. They've already increased them a little bit, and they're getting there. And that's so important in this market. You can't just work off of volume. You've got to work off of the profit switch calculation and on those lever points. Okay. So secret number 2. After testing over 400,000 sellers and buyers, these strategic but simple website design elements help to double lead flow instantly. So now that you've got that mindset switch, and you're going, okay, now I know how to remove emotion from this. I know how to remove emotion and just trust the math. The math is my savior. Now we're going to give you applicable stuff that you can do on your website and in your marketing. Secret number 3 is showing you how our data shows that our top clients are getting that traffic in this market right now. Okay. Secret number 2 is this though. I want to ask you a question. Which would you guess won? On dozens of websites in cities all over the country, we ran these design tests. Okay. It's a little Jeopardy for y'all. Okay. So what would you guys guess won? We on the left side, you've got this one over here. It's they actually added an extra form field over there. The middle one, it's got like center design there, our 3 form field. The right one, it's kind of like the open door, right? The open door concept has been all the rage. We've heard more about, hey, when are you guys going to come out with open door stuff than anyone? And really quick here, and we'll do a little contest here. Pop through the questions panel if you guys think it's number 1, 2, or 3. When we ran this test across dozens of websites, which one of these websites got more leads? Okay, which one of these designs got more leads? Pop through, I'll wait a couple seconds. The person who guesses the right answer first, I'm actually going to ship out a book to you. It's called The Carrot Principles. It's amazing. I didn't write it. I wish that I did, but it's awesome. And it's one I've got on my desk. You actually open it up every single day, and it has a really cool, inspiring quote, but then it gives you an action item on how you can go out there and actually build your best business in an even better way. You find it on Amazon, it's $20. The first person to guess the right answer here is going to get that shipped to you. I'll get your address right after this. Number 1, 2, or 3. Okay. So I've got 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, 3. Okay. So a bunch of people always guess number 3. Okay. A bunch of people always guess number 3. And the thing with that is that's kind of the open door phenomenon, right? Like a lot of people come to us saying, oh, Open Doors doing it, Express Home Buyers is doing it, OfferPad's doing it. Therefore, that must be where it works the best, right? And I would think the same thing if I didn't have the data behind the scenes. And what happens is a lot of people kind of make assumptions. We make broad assumptions about, well, I see these people doing it, therefore that must be what works. But what we have found in our data over the years, and we found it and corroborated it again when we looked at this data in December and January, is we found, you know what works in one market doesn't work in another market all the time. Okay. So what works in Birmingham did not work the same in Phoenix. It just flat out didn't. Okay. What works in Kansas City doesn't work the same as what works in Seattle. Now, that's probably not the answer you guys want to hear, because then you guys go, well, shoot, how do I know what works in my market, right? Well, the first thing you got to do is you've got to have a foundation for understanding why things work in the first place. And that's what this section is going to be about. So this is actually a trick question. No one got it right. Okay. Most people guess number 3, as people do. None of these perform better than any of them. Okay. We tested the one on the right side, the single form field, in a bunch of different markets, small markets, big markets. And overwhelmingly, that one crushed it in a couple markets, overwhelmingly lost in several other markets, like not even close to that middle design. Okay. And then in some markets, it got way more leads through the front end, way more, not leads, property addresses. Like it took the conversion rate on the homepage from 10% to 18%. So you're like, oh my gosh, this thing's crushing it. But the problem was, on the step 2 form, we actually got fewer fully qualified addresses. We didn't get enough addresses, phone numbers, and emails to actually contact the sellers. Okay, so some markets, that design crushed it. There's some people right now, actually in Tennessee. We have 2 clients using that design in Tennessee. That it's working insanely great in Tennessee. They don't want to change. They're getting better leads, more leads, closing more deals. But we tested that same design for that website in the middle, Craig in Baltimore. His lead flow went down. So the reason I throw this trick question at you, it's not to confuse you more and go, well, how the heck do I know what to use? It's because We want to show you guys the fundamentals of what you need to have on your website, no matter the design, because there's so many different there's so many different demographic variables in each market that unless you're going to dig in and do what we do and really split test and really in a scientific way do the testing, there's no way you can fully know what's going to work best in your market. You just have to trust the fundamentals that we've built into Keyt as an example. Or if you're using a different system other than Keyt, learn these fundamentals so you can know what performs better. And we're going to show you what these performance levers are, okay? Because like I said, all three of those designs work great. Those two on the left get far more leads than the one on the right, just because fewer people have the one on the right. But the two on the left right there, those crush it. Those crush it. Like those are the ones that if I was starting a business, wholesaling, flipping in a market, I would probably start with that middle design myself, okay? That's where I would start. And then I would start doing some testing. The beauty of Keyt is you don't have to do the testing. We do the testing for you if you have enough traffic. So take out a piece of paper, write these things down. Okay, performance levers. First of all, are you guys liking this stuff? Are you guys liking this stuff? This is good stuff? Give me feedback as we go, y'all. I always love doing this stuff, and feedback helps me big time. So here's some performance levers. So all of the top 100 sites have this in common. First of all, clear and large call to action area. So look at these websites here. They both have a completely different design. Completely different design. They're both Keyt sites, which is cool. But they have tons of commonality. Okay, we have a very clear big call to action area at the top of the website. It's got to be there. And you can see your eye is drawn to the call to action area. On the left side, it's drawn to that big white area with the orange button. On the right side, it's drawn to that yellow button with that big thing. You've got to have a clear, large call to action. It's crazy obvious that that's where people need to go. That's the number one mistake that I see on a lot of competitors' websites. Number one mistake I see on a lot of people's websites that just set up things wrong, especially on mobile. Look at that website on mobile over there. That website, you don't have to scroll down hardly at all to reach the call to action. Okay? Can you imagine on a cell phone if you have to flip down 3, 4, 5 flips to even get to the call to action? They've got their phone number right up top, clear call to action. This is all baked into their Keyt site, right? Clear call to action area. Another performance lever that is in all of the top 100 sites, and it's actual branding. Okay, this is kind of a market dynamic, I think, right? Because in a competitive market, you really need to separate yourself and build credibility. Now, 4 years ago, this didn't matter as much. 4 years ago, you could use, really simple logo. Or even 2 years ago, you could use the logo builder inside of Keyt and have it perform just great. Now, we have a lot of people using the logo builder inside of Keyt, and it still converts leads. But what we have found is the market leaders overwhelmingly have actual, simple, clear, clean, honest branding. Now, theirs isn't complicated. Okay, it illustrates who they are and what they do. Tucson's trusted home buyer. Okay, the trusted home buyer, fair price, no fees, no fuss. They both happen to be in Arizona. They both happen to be using red, white, and blue. You don't have to do that. These are just the examples I use. But can you picture like the feeling that you get here? It feels like it's a trustworthy company. You feel like you're entering a business that's legit. And that's something that we suggest you guys don't have to spend hundreds of dollars. You can go to Fiverr, Fiverr.com, and have them build a few examples of some simple logos like these. Just make them simple, clean, clear, honest. Make them illustrate what you do, who you are, and put it up there. Okay. Next, all the top 100 sites had a simple opt-in box. Now, the reason for this is because they're on Keyt. All of our websites have this, but when we test it against non-simple opt-in boxes, the simple opt-in box always won. Like I said before, have less than 3 form fields, 3 or less on your primary call to action area. There's some people that we know that are insanely great at what they do on the pay-per-click side of things, good friends with them. But they don't really do any testing, so they drive all their traffic to squeeze pages with about 7 or 8 form fields for a seller. And we've told them, we're like, guys, you got to test it. Shrink that form from like 7 or 8 form fields down to 3 and test it, because you're still going to get the lead data that you want. You're still going to get the address, the phone number, the email, okay? And then on step 2, you pass them to step 2 to get more information. Keep your form fields for buyers, sellers, all those, 3 or less on step 1. Once you get their information, then you can pass them to step 2. We automate all that stuff in Keyt. Another thing, gotta be mobile optimized. Go to greater.onkeyt.com if you're not an Investor Keyt customer. Go to greater.onkeyt.com, okay, to grade how well your website does on mobile. And what your website should be able to do is it should really be able to resize and look amazing on mobile, kind of like this one here. Okay, you can see right there, the website resized. Our system automatically recognized it was on the cell phone, and then it resized and made it look amazing. If you're not doing that, over 60% of the leads that come through this past month came from cell phones. I'm going to show you another stat here in a second. that you're going to be losing a lot of leads there, right? Here's another performance lever. At least 5 credibility pieces, like I mentioned before. So what are those 5 credibility pieces you can use? Write these down. So even though I hate the Better Business Bureau, I do not like them. I think they're like a legalized extortion outfit. Your prospects look there for guidance on credible businesses. So just because we don't like them doesn't mean your prospects don't like them. Okay. And we actually have a client out of Tennessee, one of the largest home buyers in America, the largest home buyer in Tennessee. They're running phone call surveys to all the deals that they had closed. And they said, man, asking the people, well over 50% said that their decision factor was heavily weighted on our Better Business Bureau review profile. They have like 30 or 40 5-star reviews in their Better Business Bureau profile. It happens because when you go to Google and search their company name plus the word reviews, which your prospects are doing, their Better Business Bureau reviews pop up, and it massively changes the credibility situation in their market. So Better Business Bureau or some other credibility, like the Google 5-star review, something like that. Another thing is localized photos. Another thing over here you can see right here is they have their ethos on here. We promise to be fair, honest, and genuinely helpful. Give us a try. You'll be glad that you did. And then it actually has a little signature of the person. They're connecting. Testimonial. Okay, do you have testimonials at the top end of your website? You need to get one up there towards your opt-in box. Okay, a good about page, and there's some other things you guys can do as well. This particular one, they've been amazing on social. Now this one doesn't use social. I suggest you guys don't link up your social profiles unless the social profiles add to your credibility. Okay, if you have reviews over there that are positive, send them there. If you're updating it, send them there. Okay, you gotta have at least 5 credibility pieces to be one of the market leaders. Another one, localized content and photos. On the left side is Dan out of Boise, and you can see it's a really simple photo of Boise. Really simple, clean branding. All the words in there say, hey, we'll buy houses in the Boise market, things like that. So it's customized for the local area. On the right side, that's Craig in Maryland, the top home buyer in Maryland. That's actually a photo from one of his house flips. Okay, that's a photo from his house flip. He's got his BBB there. You can clearly see that this is a Baltimore site. And actually, they chose to go one step further, and they have some of the Maryland flag baked into their logo. That's kind of cool. So someone can see right there that, man, I'm in a local company, right? All of the top 100 sites and clients in these markets had localization done on their websites. Another one, robust and thorough content. Okay, there are some clients who join Keyt and then like, oh, I want to be different. I want to be different. I'm going to reinvent the wheel, right? And they start deleting all of our content in there, and they make a squeeze page. And what we have found is squeeze pages don't convert as well as a mini site. And that's a question a lot of people ask, like, hey, do you guys have landing pages and squeeze pages? We used to do a lot of that stuff, but what we had found, this is about in 2010 or so, when Google had a big old Google AdWords slap. And what that means is basically anyone who was running ads to squeeze pages back then got slapped, and you couldn't run ads on there anymore, or your click costs went way, 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 way up. And it was because Google felt that the experience for the visitor wasn't very good because it only gave them one option. Either you put in your information or you leave. And so when we had to make that change in 2010 or so, we were starting to look at, okay, so how do we keep someone on the website and build value but still make it convert? And so we pioneered in the real estate market anyway, the mini site. Now, we're not the first ones to make websites. We are the first ones that pioneered consistently, predictably creating great results on a mini site, which is every single link on that website is a conversion page. Every single link in the website is set up specifically to guide someone to this exact outcome that you want them to have and convert them. So you can build out a bunch of written content. You can list properties, things like that. Google loves content, and all of our top 100 clients in this research, in this study, had robust content. Okay, you might say, well, shoot, so do people actually convert on those other pages, right? Well, here's some data from the screenshots from that day that we looked at. Of course, most of the leads come through the homepage because we gear our homepages for conversion big time. These right here are cash buyer websites, okay? And I think this is over like a 6 or 9 month period. I can't remember specifically. But then now let's get down to these motivated house seller pages, right? The Get a Cash Offer Today page has almost 4,000 leads that came in through that period, through these clients. Okay, the Sell Your House Fast page, 1,500. The FAQ page, look at this, y'all. Okay, the FAQ page, get rid of that. For some reason, that bar's not going away. The Our Company and the FAQ page, 1,300 and 1,200 respectively. So if you guys didn't have those pages up on your website and someone wasn't ready to opt in and become a lead yet on a squeeze page, and you're saying you either got to leave my website or opt in. What if that person's not ready to yet, but you could guide them to become a lead if you have a little bit of robust content on there that answers their questions. So that's why we do things the way that we do. This right here, what is that? That's like 7,000 or 8,000 leads that would have not came in if we didn't do it this way. So make sure you have robust content, okay? Last performance lever. In the most competitive markets, you want to kind of toy with switching your messaging, okay? Message changes can boost performance. Here's a website in the Houston market, okay? Houston market, this is one of the top home buyers in Houston, actually. He was with one of our competitors, and he had a $15,000 custom website. And then he's like, I keep on hearing about this Keyt stuff. There's a lot of clients, Keyt clients in my market, but I'm going to give it a test anyway. And he came through our concierge program because he didn't want to do any of the work, so we like dialed in his website for him. And then basically, he was running $40,000 a month in pay-per-click traffic, splitting it between the competitor's website, the Keyt site, and his $15,000 really pretty custom site. And that website's a really great looking site. Like, look at this, y'all. It's like a really good looking site. If anyone looks at the site, they would think, man, that site's awesome, right? It looks great. It looks different. It's got some little cool styling in there. This thing's beautiful. And he thought the same thing. He's like, there's no way this website's going to beat it. All I can say is after running $40,000 a month in pay-per-click traffic to these 3 sites over a period of a few months, all of his paid traffic goes to Keyt now, okay? And some of the things that we help him do are this, in addition to the performance levers we talked about before. In his market, in a really competitive market, you want to adjust the messaging so it's not just the we buy houses type message, because the we buy houses type message, everyone can buy a house today, right? Everyone can do that. So how can we really cater to the person who's comparing you against a real estate agent, comparing you against other options? And that's what we need to look at with our messaging. It's not just letting them know we can buy houses. It's comparing the people. It's comparing their options in our copy. Okay, how are we different than other options? So sell your house and be done with it. That compares against a real estate agent. I can't work with an agent and sell and be done with it because I've got to have someone go through and see the property, and then in the hope that their financing doesn't fall through and all that stuff, right? Sell your house in your terms. That directly speaks to the person that's like, man, I don't want to wait 60 days. You know, I don't want to have people walk through my house and look at and have showings, and I don't want to have to do repairs. I just want to sell at my own terms. Cool. That speaks to that. Avoid the hassle and months of uncertainty. Okay, there's lots of hassles listing retail, right? How do you point those out in your copy? We're ready to buy your home. Avoid agent commissions and the wait. Also updating your website around big events. We had some clients there in the Houston floods that were actually updating the front of their websites to really build value and add content for people that were looking to sell their house that was flooded. Okay, so even after things like that happen, how can you adjust your marketing, whether it's a postcard or your ads in Facebook or your website, to address certain scenarios or events so you're speaking to that person better? That's a lot of the stuff that some of these big players are doing. So write down some of these things and test them out on your website. Okay, adjust some of that copy on your website to crack through. And really, every tiny piece exists for a reason. And it's based off of thousands of tests. Like I was saying before, I'm going to show you guys a little snippet from a podcast here in a second, here in a little bit, where he basically says, like, I don't know what the magic was, but I'm getting 5 leads a day now. Before I was getting none when I was using this other system. And he's like, it's not magic. It's magic on the outside, but on the inside, when we've probably made 700 small tweaks over the years, those things stack up and make a big difference. So if you're a Keyt client already, I ask you, don't reinvent the wheel. There's a lot of Keyt clients on this call right here, right? There's a lot of Keyt clients on this call, and you guys have already popped through a bunch of notes. Don't reinvent the wheel. What you've got to do is keep it simple on yourself, okay? Go with that math equation, okay? You got to turn that profit switch calculation. Next, you have to then build in your credibility. Get at least 5 credibility elements on your website, okay? Get at least 5 credibility elements on your website. Next, you got to get that clean, simple, honest branding on there. Build out your about page. Localize the content. And then roll with it. Implement what I'm going to be teaching in secret number 3, which is the traffic stack formula. Okay, if you're not a Keyt client, model these ideas. Don't steal them, right? Model them. And that's what we find that the most successful people do. That's what I do. In all of these ideas that we have inside of Keyt with landing pages and in our website designs is because I went outside of our industry and I found what is working the best to generate insurance broker leads. What's working the best to generate dating leads? What's working the best to generate these type of leads? We look at these pages and go, what's the psychology and the underlying thing that makes this work? And then we bring it over into real estate and we test it. Okay, so model things that work really, really well and then customize them to fit you. Or you can just join Keyt and then customize that. You can always do that too. All right, so kind of going back to this, like which camp do you want to be in? Do you want to be in the camp that's okay with giving up tons of profits because you're not focusing on performance? Or do you want to focus on performance and really start to crack through and be able to spend more money for the leads to be able to compete with people? And the people that are in the upper camp, I used to be there, and we all have what I call phantom expenses. Okay, phantom expenses are simply an expense that you don't even know about right now is yanking money out of your bank account. It's money that should be yours, like it should be in your bank account, but it's not, right? And I found a ton of phantom expenses when I was growing my businesses. I tweaked this, I'm like, man, I tweaked that, and I got an extra 10 to 15% leads now. Man, how much money was I losing before because I didn't do that tweak? Like, now let me go find another tweak. Let me tweak this. And I just kept on doing that. And I kept on eliminating all these phantom expenses. Eventually, my lead flow became consistent, predictable, and building momentum, which now in my business, I've got the freedom, the flexibility to do what I want to do. The finances are there, and I'm pumped about making the impact that we're making. So I want to ask you this question. If you were able to get just 2 extra leads per month from small tweaks, what would that be for your business? So a lot of people look at it and go, well, it's just a couple leads a month, man. I'm happy with saving my $50 a month over here. I'm going to the cheap website builder. I'm going to try to model this stuff and as best as I can. But you know, there's a lot of things I'm sure that I don't know that are there that are baked into there, but I'll give it my best shot, right? I'm gonna save my $50 a month or $100 a month or $200, whatever it is, right? So what if that costs you 2 leads a month? Now that's 24 leads a year. Okay, so using that example from before, what if 1 in 15 leads turn into a deal that nets you $10,000? So in this case, those 24 extra leads per year that you would have got or that you're currently choosing to lose is costing between $10,000 and $20,000. So that $50 to $100 savings over there actually costs like 10 or 20 grand. That's a phantom expense. We've all got them. Your duty as an entrepreneur is as soon as you know about them, you got to get rid of them. You got to get rid of them. Okay, that kind of goes back to that canvas on the wall of actions express priorities. If your priority is to become more profitable in your business, you're not taking actions today to eliminate things that are hampering you from being profitable. Is that actually your priority? Okay, so the question is, will this work for your business? And there's a lot of people on here doing different types of real estate. So this works for house buying websites. This works for house selling websites, notes, land, credibility building, hard money, lease options, tenants. So it really works for all types of real estate leads, the real estate agents, because it's based on psychology. It's not really based on the market. That's the cool thing about it. So I want you guys to take some notes here, and I'm gonna show you guys some actual websites, okay? So motivated house sellers. So now let's take some of those fundamentals and put them into place so you can see what they look like on a web page, okay? So motivated house sellers, you can see the clear, clean call to action area. Your eye is immediately drawn there. That's hugely important. Same thing over here. Your eye is drawn down there, okay? And now you localize it. This is a demo website, so this one isn't localized. This is just one of our demo websites. But look how simple the opt-in form is. Look how your eye is drawn there. And one thing I want to point out to people too is this is one thing that we tested a year and a half to 2 years ago. We changed the way that we do our navigation structure on our website. So a lot of people look at our websites and go, yeah, I'm just going to model that stuff, and they'll do a decent job, but they miss some of the things that are like some of the most important things that give those levers that are costing them 1, 2, 3 leads a month, right? And this was one of them. So originally we had the words house, we had the word home here, like a lot of websites have, right? Like you have the link to your homepage, okay? So we were looking at it going, okay, how can we like simplify this? And can we, and we were kind of running out of things to test during this phase, like, what is the decision-making process that a seller or buyer or tenant goes through before they decide to work with someone? Okay, first of all, they've got to know whether you have a service that you can solve their problem with, okay? Once they check that box, they go, okay, well, how does the thing work, right? So then we need to present them with information on how that thing works, how it's different than the traditional selling method. You know, how does the thing work? What can I expect when I work with you? Then they go, okay, I understand. It looks like they have a service that can solve my problem. I kind of understand how it works, how it's a little bit different than working with an agent. Are they legit though? Like, have they worked with other people? And you can see now we serve them up with testimonials right there in that flow in this bar. And then they're like, okay, they look like they're legit. They've got some good testimonials. I've got a couple more questions. Okay, cool. FAQ. We dropped FAQ right in front of you, right when you need it. And then it's like, okay, contact us at us page or go right here. And you've got the big fat Our Company page. Okay, when you shrink it down to mobile, and this is really strategic, when you shrink it down to mobile, guys, these links up here are not put there by accident. It's not Our Company and cash offer because we just had a whim and decided to throw them up there. It's because we tested things, right? And this right here, when you shrink it down to mobile, what's the very first thing you want someone to see when they're on a cell phone? What are the 2 actions they're going to best lead to them working with you other than filling out the form down here? This right here is why they came here. They came to sell their house. They came to get a cash offer. That's got to be clear up top, right by the phone number. Next is how are they going to vet and verify you? They're going to learn about you. Okay, we found that these 2 pages are huge in converting people. That's why we specifically have them there on mobile. Now let's look at some other website types to see the same exact model. Clear, clean lead flow, pass them over to content and value after they opt in. Right here, what did they come there for? They came there for properties. They didn't come there to go on a list. So properties for sale. They click that, it goes to a landing page. It goes to a squeeze page. Okay, and then it's educating them on some other things. Okay, right here, Our Company access properties on the mobile version of it. That's very strategic. Right here, rent to own, same thing. They came here to see rent to own homes. They didn't come here to get on a list. So serve that up. When they click this, that's a squeeze page. When they click this, there's an opt-in box there after talking about it. When they click this, there's an opt-in box there. Okay, all these things. All right, let's look at this one right here. Credibility site, same thing. Land site. Guys, you've seen the same exact model here. We see this clear call to action area, amazing on mobile. We drive them to the things that are the most important in the order that they make decisions, and then we build value over here on the back end. Notes, real estate agents, we're in Agent Carrot beta right now. We've got about 70 or 80 agents that are using Agent Carrot beta as well. And we're doing this exact same thing over there. It's really, really fun. Even works on hard money. Okay, it works on hard money too. So what my suggestion for you is choose the one lead type that you want to start with, and then log into Carrot if you're a Carrot customer. If you're not a Carrot customer, I'm actually going to show you how you can get Carrot at our highest pricing plan for free for 6 months. Okay, so log into Carrot if you're a Carrot customer. If not, hold on. I've got a special offer for you. We're going to be able to get Carrot for 6 months for free. All right. So don't launch any other sites until you've got your first 30 leads on your first site. Okay, until you got your first 30 leads in your first site, and then launch that cash buyer site, or then launch that other type of site. All right. So is it cool if I show you guys a quick 5 to 10 minute demo of Carrot? Then I'm going to dig into secret number 3, which is the traffic stack formula that got our clients the most amount of results this past year. You guys cool if we dive into a quick little demo? Awesome, sweet. Cool. So I'm logged into an account right now. This right here is an existing account, right? So this is tongue-tied, need some water. This is an existing account, and this is one actually in Tennessee. And what you're going to do first is you're going to log in here, and it's going to go ahead and add a website. And you can choose the type of website that you're looking to add. Looks like I actually logged into the wrong account here. So let me do this. This is the beauty of live television, y'all. I set this up beforehand, and I forgot to log into the right account. So what we'll do is this. Dun, 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 dun. We'll go over here. Give me un momento while I'm doing this, okay? So I want to toss a question at you guys while I'm ad-libbing here, getting logged into the right account. First of all, are you guys getting some good value out of this? Is there anything that you want me to hit on as we're diving into this that's gonna be really making this so it pushes over the edge for you? Let me know, guys and gals, in the questions panel if you guys are liking this, if this is adding a lot of value for you guys. If so, like I said, let me know specifically what else I can do on this call for you. But I got it. We made it work. That's how quickly we can get Carrot working, right? So you click that and then you choose a site type. So let's say we're going to go with a land buyer site in this example, okay? You can come down and demo it and take a look at it. But I'm just going to do this. I'm going to click create your site, all right? So I'm creating a site, and basically all that stuff we had talked about, all those conversion optimizations, all those levers that we can automate from over the past 7 to 10 years of my life are baked into about 10 seconds when you launch a Carrot site. So we set up the first 60% of the on-page SEO side of things. We dial in all that technical side. We dial in some other things. You just have to take it if you want to focus on SEO and do the rest of the 40%. But we walk through it in very clear training. So your website shows up here where your other websites are. You're just going to go ahead and go to dashboard really fast. And your dashboard is going to be kind of your home base for your new site. The first thing we're going to want you to do is go to design. Okay. And design is kind of where you start, and you can pick what it looks like. In every single design that we have 4 right now. And it's because we fundamentally don't believe that throwing more designs at you is going to solve your problem. Okay. We fundamentally believe that every design we put in there should be tested and proven to convert insanely well. And then from there, you can then personalize it. So let's say you click this one. Let's say you like this one, okay? And there's other ones. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let me look at it. Let's check out this one actually. Let's see what this one does. Cool, let's say we like this one, okay? You can go ahead and go down here to colors now. Okay, so now let's say we wanna change the colors of our branding or something like that. You just click, drag, drop, it changes the colors of your branding, change the colors of your links, all that kind of stuff if you want to. Okay. Now what you're going to do is going to go to your branding. You can make a logo if you want to. You can upload your logo. We would suggest a clean, simple logo. You just upload it right here. And you can always look at what your website's going to look like on a mobile device or something like that too. Okay. There's a lot of other things you can do. You can change menus and colors and all that kind of stuff. But what we suggest is all you do is go through and bake in clear, simple branding, okay, and then focus on the things that are going to actually get you leads. Okay, so I'm going to pop back into this account here. The next thing I would suggest is hopping into edit the website content. And the best way to do that is while you're logged into your account, just click over to your website. Okay, I haven't attached a custom domain here yet, but just go ahead and click over to your website. You want to edit your form up? Cool, click that and you can edit your form up. You want to edit the content in this page and more personalize and update some of these photos on here so they're local to you and maybe add some testimonials and stuff. Cool. Go up here to this bar and click edit page. And it's going to drop you right on our page editor. And you can see this information. You can edit the stuff. You can put videos in there, all kinds of fancy stuff. Swap out your images. And then when you're editing your content, use our Keyt SEO tool to then make sure that you're dialed in on the SEO side of things. So you just put in a keyword that you're looking to rank for, or we already have those baked in for you when the website launches based off of our research. And then we localize the content of your website with shortcodes to really automate a lot of that for you. And then you can just come in here and start going through and like, yeah, let me read what this paragraph says. Let me rewrite that in my own words. Let me make it more unique to me. You know what? This isn't quite my model in buying land. Let me rewrite this in my own words so it's more unique to me. Let me put a picture of mine there. Okay, update that. And go and do the same thing on some of those other pages. Okay, go to your about page, things like that, and upload some things. Okay, after you've kind of tweaked some of that content through in some new photos, what you want to do then is pick a traffic strategy. I'm going to show you guys how to get our core traffic trainings for free here in a little bit. But what you're going to do then is all of your stats are going to pop over here. Let me show you this. I'm going to show you an actual website that's already got stats in here. Okay, just go ahead and go to the dashboard. Check out your stats right here. We're going to show you your stats. You can look at your reports. It's going to show you a lot of cool little data, where your traffic came from, social or organic or paid ads or things like that, which pages they came in on, all kinds of cool data so you can track what's working. Okay, then your leads are going to start coming in. And as your leads are coming in, then you're going to be able to track the leads and see what's going on here. So you can see the leads. You can check out the Google Street View if there is a Google Street View there. You can update the stuff. You can call up the sellers. You can add notes. You can do all kinds of cool stuff here. Okay, they need to sell their house fast. They're giving a target price, but they said, but will negotiate. That's like your perfect prospect, right? The cool thing is here too, we tell you where that came in and we tell you exactly how that lead came in. Did it come from Google? Did it come from Facebook? Where did that lead come from? Google search, Google search. Okay, really cool stuff. Let's say you want to focus on SEO. And not everyone does, but let's say you do. We're insanely good at SEO here on the Keyt side of things. You come over here and you can track your keyword rankings. You don't have to be an SEO expert to use Keyt. You just have to be able to go in and leverage a system or have someone on your team do it. So right here, they've been ranked #1 now, but they didn't start there. They started at number 13 back in May 23rd of last year. And you can see number 15. You can see over the years, over the year, they started to climb, they started to climb, they started to climb, they started to climb, and now they've maintained that position. But it took them about 6 months to get there in their market. But if you're not ranked where you want to be, over here, we're going to tell you how to do that. And then you can always click the link and check out one of our weekly coaching calls. Okay. Let's say you're going to do paid traffic. Let's say you're going to do Facebook ads. You want to know, man, is this Facebook ad the one driving my leads or these ones? Well, you come over here and create a new campaign. So let's say it's Facebook ad #1 or whatever. You know, you just name it, whatever you want to name it. You tell us where you're going to be driving that traffic to and just pick the page. So let's say it's, you know, the home page or whatever it is, doesn't matter. And then you say it's a retargeting ad and it came from Facebook. You do that, you're going to click create campaign link. Our system is going to give you a little special tracking code right there. You can take that and use that on your ads so you always know what's working in your marketing. Okay. There's a bunch of other stuff I'm not going to show you. I don't have time to show you guys, but that's kind of the flow of it. Is you launch the high converting website. You then go through, pick a traffic plan with our training, with our support and our weekly coaching calls. And then you go through and leverage our tools to track what's working, modify, adjust, and work. Okay. A bunch of questions coming in here. I'm doing private money, looking for a site. How can I do it? Some other people, I had just joined Keyt. What are my options on getting some personalized consulting to dial in? Sweet, awesome questions. I'm gonna answer them here in a second for y'all. Okay. But before I do, who on here is either a Keyt customer or not a Keyt customer, but got a better insight to what Keyt does? Because many of you guys are probably like, I always knew about Keyt, but I didn't really know specifically what it did. I showed you the tip of the iceberg on why our clients are pulling in more online leads than any other platform in the world for real estate investors. And it pumps me up to do this business because I love that we're able to unleash you entrepreneurs. I love that we're able to unleash you guys and help you add those performance levers for you so you don't have to be insanely great at conversion rate optimization or building websites. You've got to go in there and personalize your content. We can't do that automated. You've got to go in there and build in your credibility. We can't automate that, right? You've got to do some work. And then you've got to pick how you're going to get traffic there, and you've got to then deploy that. But we're going to show you guys some things to make that easier. So who here thinks Keyt is awesome? Luke says, definitely learned a lot tonight, lots to implement. So that's secret number 2. After testing over 400,000 sellers and buyers, those strategic but simple website design elements help to double lead flow. Okay, now let's move on to secret number 3. You guys still with me here? You guys liking this? Is this making sense to y'all? It's not in the background, raise your hand, something like that. And if this is something that's pumping you guys up to really pull these performance levers and not be okay with being mediocre in your market, or let's say you're number 1 in your market, sweet. I want to help you be number 1 in your region next. Okay, we're going to show you guys some of our market leaders who have done that. Your first thing you need to do is crack through in your market. Okay, the next thing is climb in your market. And then next after that is you go, how do I expand out of my market as my market gets more competitive to give myself more opportunities? Keyt says, yes, Keyt's awesome. I love it, man. So secret number 3, the traffic stack framework that fuels almost all the leads the top Keyt clients get. So here's a screenshot from our data, our research. So here's where the leads are coming from according to this snapshot of time. And this is across all Keyt sites, okay? Different types of leads, that kind of thing. Online opt-in leads only though. Okay, so we can't track phone call leads. So double the amount of leads here. That's probably how many phone call leads came in as well. Like double this, and that's how many leads came in, including phone call leads. So this is only online opt-in leads. So first of all, the vast majority of all the traffic comes through Google Analytics as none or direct. Now, what does that mean? All that means is that could be someone from a direct mail piece that put in your URL. It could be them copying and pasting your URL from Craigslist. But what a lot of research says is up to 60% of what Google recognizes as direct or none is actually organic searches. They just hide it from you, okay? So now let's go down here. Google organic, of the over 1.2 million leads, y'all, over the 1.2 million leads that came in over 38 months, the vast majority are from Google organic, from people going to Google, searching for the client, finding them, opting in, becoming a lead in the deal. Next, Facebook. If I were to show you this screenshot a year and a half ago, Facebook was down here. Okay, Facebook is down here. Now Facebook is here on mobile and here and here. Okay? Google AdWords, Bing, Yahoo, those right there are always right there. They're always going to be great sources. If I were to deploy something, I'm going to show you guys our exact process that we deploy and what the market leaders are doing. But these are the sources in those orders. Now let's show you how to do them. So what is search-based traffic? Search-based traffic is people looking for a solution, and they're usually higher quality prospects. We hear this all the time. We hear it all the time that my SEO leads convert higher than my direct mail leads. My SEO and pay-per-click leads have higher profit margins. They're my best deals. We always hear that. And some of the data that we hear that they convert on average 20 to 40% higher on your website, meaning 20 to 40% increase in the amount of those leads that will become a deal for you. Okay, so this over here is organic, and these are the ads, right? And we suggest both of them work great, but I'm gonna show you kind of the 1-2 punch that works really well and how you can stack them. And we hear this all the time. Like I said, my SEO leads seem to be more profitable than my direct mail or Facebook leads. That's a lever. That's a lever point. Okay, you don't have to always get more leads. You have to get higher profit leads. Okay, and that's how we help here. So they work best when stacked. traffic works best when stacked. Now you might ask that question, why? Well, a lot of people that have focused on direct mail primarily, they've found over the past year and a half that their direct mail response rates have gone down, right? Well, the same thing happens with online in a competitive market. If you're in a crazy competitive market, the conversion rate on your website will inch down a little bit as there's more competition and more options for your sellers and buyers to engage with. That's all normal. Okay, that's why you need a high converting website. You need to go through those levers I talked about, secret number 2. But then what we suggest you do is you stack on multiple types of traffic, and this is what our market leaders did according to our data. The first thing that you do is you got to have a long-term momentum builder. Okay, if you just do ads, Google AdWords or direct mail, what happens with one of those if it's gone? Those are hard to build momentum with. They're very consistent once you got them working, but they're hard to build momentum with. SEO, so search engine optimization, which is not easy, okay, y'all? Like, look at this graph. Just like looking at those guys in the Tennessee market, that one phrase, it took them a while of working and focusing and going through our training. I'm going to show you guys how to get here for free here in a second. It was about like this, about month 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 was when they got to that top 2 or 3 spots. It wasn't until then that they started to get a bunch of leads, right? So in between then, you got to have leads and traffic coming in now. That's where we add on some sort of a paid traffic model. So your direct mail, it is one way to drive people to your website. Google pay-per-click, Facebook ads, Craigslist, things like that. So you got to stack them up. And this is an example of someone stacking. So Dan Toback, the head of acquisitions with PSL Home Buyers down in Florida, they were driving pay-per-click traffic to a lead pages page, a lead pages squeeze page. And they're like, hey, lead pages says their stuff converts well. It must convert well. I'm going to set up a squeeze page over there. ClickFunnels, same thing. Their stuff converts well, right? It does. But the thing is, those tools are not built to be specific for real estate investors. So changing the button words in it, the copy here, the flow of it is going to matter if it's a generic tool that you're trying to then put into a real estate business. Okay, so we specialize in real estate for a reason. So what he says, the Keyt team is the best, great response and best out of the vendors we've ever worked with. 20K in deals so far net from PPC in 35 days. That was the first 35 days after switching over to Keyt. Before that, they actually stopped their Google AdWords because they said AdWords doesn't work. They were driving it to their lead pages page that just didn't really convert very well. And we're like, man, there's these 5 fundamental things that are wrong with it. Let's just switch it over to here and see what happens. That's what happened, 20K in the first 35 days. Now, is that going to happen for everyone? No. What happened for them happens for a lot of other people. And here's another great example of stacking results. And he's one of our market leaders. So Brian Rockwell, school teacher, high school sports coach, have been studying real estate for like 13 years. Okay, I think we can all empathize and relate to wanting to take a leap on something, but something's holding you back. The people that are successful that I know, they push past that unsureness. They push past those nerves and they said, you know what? I am going to take a leap. I'm going to take a leap of faith. I'm going to take a chance on this. And that's what he did. He said, you know what? I'm going to become a real estate investor after studying for 13 years. And he got his first deal done by knocking on doors, said, I'm not going to do that again. I hate it. He goes, but I know the online stuff works. So he found Keyt, said, I'm going to go all in on the online stuff. I'm going to go all in on the online stuff. And this is what happened. He sent me this text at the start of December. Here are the gross numbers. I started using Keyt in mid to late February 2017 and started closing deals March. So these numbers are March through November, 611,681.86. Correction, I started my pay-per-click in February and started using Keyt in December or January. Now, we had a chat just recently, and he ended the year just over 700,000 gross, 350 some odd net. And now he's ranked number 1, number 2 for a lot of phrases in Dallas. His momentum is picking up. He's stacking his results. Okay, and here's one quick tip that you can even stack it more, especially for real estate agents. We work with a lot of real estate agents too. We have this tool inside of our system called Video Post. And who on here knows that content's really essential today? Not just for Google and rankings, but also just for credibility and becoming an expert. Like, content's essential. That's how you guys found us, right? This is a piece of content, okay? But here's one way that you can do that is we have this tool called Video Post. And if you don't like writing blog posts, cool, don't write blog posts. Just film a 3-minute video, 5-minute video, whatever you want to do. I would keep it between 3 and 5 minutes, okay? Upload it to YouTube with some sort of a phrase that someone might be typing if they're looking for, your service. And come over here to content. Go here to posts and add a new post, okay? You're just going to go ahead and add a new post. You click video posts. and then go to YouTube and grab whatever YouTube video you want to grab. I'm just going to go grab anything over on YouTube right here. Okay, let's go ahead and grab this one right here. Actually, I think this is literally the color that we're on. That's the color we're on right now. I'm not even sure that this is going to work. Let's see. So paste that right there, and it's going to port in that video automatic. It's going to port in the title. It's going to port in the video. It's going to port in the description of it, all that stuff. If I was logged into their account, there would be a big orange button that says transcribe this post. You click it, our system sends it off, reads every word, makes a blog post for you that looks kind of like this, okay? So if I were to type buying farmland in Roseburg, Oregon as an example, that's not searched a ton, but it's a highly, highly profitable and valuable search phrase, okay? This is a Keyt client. They did a 3-minute, 23-second video. That's all they did. They uploaded it to YouTube. They uploaded it to our system. Our system then made this blog post, okay, for them. All it did was it brought in the transcription. They then logged in, bolded a couple things to make it more readable. And then they made sure that they had a title that was something possibly based around some keywords that someone might be searching if they're looking to buy farmland in Roseburg or Douglas County. Okay, now where are they? They're ranking above LandWatch, Farm Seller, Zillow, Lands of America, Land and Farm. They're ranking above all those people. What if you get one deal a year out of that one 3-minute and 23-second video? That's one of the ways you can stack results in this kind of market. And then you amplify that with Facebook retargeting ads. We're going to show you guys how you can get all of our retargeting ads. I'm going to show you guys how to get our Facebook marketing course that we have for free, all that kind of stuff. That sound cool? Awesome. So it kind of looks like this, the SEO foundation for long-term momentum. SEO is important over the long-term momentum. You don't have to do it. We're just saying that's what the market leaders are doing. Okay, number 2, the kind of the niche backwards content, the video post stuff that I just showed you for fast rankings, but quick, easy stuff that builds credibility for you in the market. It's easy to do. Okay, we save so many hours and so many hundreds of dollars for you there. And then PPC in Google, in Bing. Okay, use the math from secret number 1 to help you succeed there. And then retarget your visitors back on Facebook. So take that simple Facebook pixel, put it on your website, and then serve up ads to people that land on your website. Now, I know I oversimplified it, but we're gonna show you guys some training on how you guys can do that, and it'll walk you through step by step. Last though, make sure you're tracking this stuff, y'all. We have so many people that come over to Keyt that came over and we're like, what's working for you guys? Like, I have no clue where my leads are coming from. And if you don't know where your leads are coming from, you have no clue how to make it better. Right, so the whole system has what we call lead source tracking built right in. You can tell this one came from Google search or that one came from a Facebook ad or whatever. So you can always know what's working for you. And then we want to really bring you into that Keyt success community. And we want to call you a lead farmer or maybe a super Keyt like Max Maxwell over here, one of the top home buyers in North Carolina, or Jamie, who I had a chance finally to meet down in Dallas along with Luke Petroza. Who's crushing it. Jamie did something like 103 deals last year in her first full year in business. Crazy, okay? Okay, we want you guys to be in that. So that's secret number 3, how to stack traffic, and that is what our market leaders are doing. And I know I've thrown a lot at you, okay? It's almost a 2-hour training call here, y'all, and you probably feel like this little girl right here. You feel like a hose, a water hose, just like blasting in your face, and you're going, man, this all sounds great, but now I got to do something about it. Kind of goes back to that quote that's on my wall. Actions express priorities. What are the actions you're going to take right now? And what priorities do they reveal that you're actually showing as priority? Okay. And so I really want to make sure that you guys have a good game plan. Those of you who are Keyt customers, take this and run with it and or engage with us if you don't have the time to do it. We have services that we can help you guys. Okay. I just want to make sure that every single person on this call has a clear next step. And I want to make sure that we can help you guys if that makes sense to help you guys. Okay. And we would really love to help as many of you guys as possible with this. So would you guys love our help implementing these into your company? Okay. Someone says, is Twitter marketing worth the trouble? I'm going to do a quick answer on that. No, don't do that. Don't do that unless everything else is crushing it for you, Barry. Okay. So would any of you guys here want our help in implementing this in your company? Okay, so with your permission, if you're cool with it, I want to run you through a special offer that we created called the Market Leaders Reveal package. Okay, and this Market Leaders Reveal package is something we put together. We want to make sure that we're serving every single one of you here. Whether you're a Keyt customer, this might be for you. Whether you're a person that is not a Keyt customer, but you want the things that we've put in here. You want that consistency. You want the predictability. You want to build momentum so you can finally build the business that gives you that freedom, that unlocks that flexibility. You know, that unlocks the financial side of things for you And so then someday, hopefully soon, you can have a business that impacts the world the way that you want to. Okay. Someone says, hell yeah, in here. That's cool. So here's the Market Leaders Revealed package and what you're going to get. I'm going to buzz through this kind of quick. If you guys have questions, toss them my way. But when you invest in the Market Leaders Revealed package today, the first thing you're going to get is 6 months of our Advanced Marketer Suite for free. Okay. Now the Advanced Marketer Suite is our top plan. Okay. It's the most robust plan. It's our top plan. And we're going to show you it's $149 a month right now as it is. So you're going to get 6 months of that for free. Okay. You're not going to pay any payment for 6 months. And you're going to be able to really do lots of things inside of the Advanced Marketer Suite. Okay. You're going to be able to manage your leads inside of there, or you can hook it up to a CRM if you want to. Dial in that website, put in a little bit of focus and energy into launching the website you need for the leads you're looking for, then personalize it. You're going to be able to track your stuff. You're going to be able to track your rankings and your all that kind of stuff, right? And just to show you, this is a screenshot from our actual plans page. If you go to our plans page right now, this plan is $149 a month. Okay. So what you're going to be able to get with Keyt with this, you're going to be able to dial in your marketing strategy. That's something that we're insanely good at. If you have a bad strategy, that can be the one thing that kills you, even if you have a good website. Okay. You're going to be able to launch up to 3 high converting websites. And you're going to be able to access the best SEO and content marketing tool in the industry, like by far. Like you're going to be able to access your stats, manage your leads, integrate with CRMs if you don't want to use our lead manager, a lot of other things. So you'll be able to finally generate leads for seller leads, buyer leads, tenant leads. I actually use Keyt for my tenant, for my rental properties for tenant leads, seller finance leads, land buyer, all kinds of other stuff, real estate agents even. Okay. You'll be able to get rid of these things. You'll be able to get rid of coders and the troubles that go with that, and designers and tech guys. Okay. Overpriced consultants for SEO or conversion or strategy. Get rid of that SEO tracking software that's included in this plan. Get rid of that Google Analytics. A lot of that data is included in here. You can still attach your Google Analytics to it if you want to. Get rid of copywriters. Get rid of WordPress plugins, hosting. Okay, hosting alone, guys and gals. If you have a good web host and not that cheap shared hosting, which you should not have if you're a professional. If you have a good web host, that's at least $30 to $50 a month. Okay, so that right there, we're including that at the highest level hosting you could possibly get. I mean, our hosting is insanely fast. Get rid of the SEO courses and expert split testing software, landing page software, content writers, link tracking software, transcription services, lead spreadsheets, lead source tracking. Get rid of those outdated strategies that worked 2 years ago, but not next. We always update you on it. You're never gonna have to buy an SSL certificate again. It's included in every single website. They're free and immediate. Okay, get rid of the mobile app because you're gonna have an amazing mobile phone. Get rid of a lot of the phantom expenses, not all of them, but a lot of them. And this is just gonna give you a lot of extra money, right? Because you're gonna be able to cancel hundreds of dollars of services possibly to bake them into what you're doing and more. Okay, and what the SEO suite will be able to do, you'll be able to track keywords, SEO suggestions, be able to use the SEO analysis tools, get on our weekly coaching calls. So we never want to leave you hanging. If you ever have a question about, hey, I'm on the top of page 2 for this phrase, what do I need to do next? I've gone through the training. What do I need to do next? Cool. Myself or Adrian on my team are going to answer those questions live for you on our Tuesday strategy calls, our coaching calls. Okay. Or hey, let's say you're having a pay-per-click issue. You've put in $3,000. You haven't got the results you want. Cool. Let us see the back of your pay-per-click account. We'll tell you exactly what you need to adjust. You don't have to go to Bigger Pockets and lurk in the forums or buy a $400 course or waste dozens of hours or thousands of dollars. Let us know those coaching calls you're going to get access to. Highly optimized websites, okay, more. So you're going to get our SEO suite. You're going to get our content marketing suite in here too. And what this is you can automate blog posts and some other really cool things. So one of the things that Google rewards is content, right? So, and also one of the things that people hate doing is writing content. So you've got our video post feature over there, which is going to help you crack through there. But let's say you also want to spin up a weekly blog post, right? So here's right here. Let's say it's for your buyer website. You can go in here. Our team writes articles based off of our research on what your prospects are searching in. We localize it. Okay, you can then go in and edit the article if you want to. And then you go, yep, this is the website I want it to be on once a week, this date, click that, bam, we schedule them up for you. And then we spin the article in a way that's going to kind of hyper localize it for your area. Then if you want to, you can then go in and tweak it and make it even better. Okay. You'll be able to fire those content writers. You don't have to spend the $50 an article anymore. And you're going to be able to get 24 articles per month, y'all. So 8 buyer, 8 seller, 8 that are a floating topic. So that alone is going to save you, well over $1,000 a month right there versus just hiring writers. So people might be asking like, 1 second here. Wrong link. I thought I swapped those puppies out. So people might be asking, it's like, what should we do? Oh, it's just on the upgrade one. We get it. This is live TV, y'all. That's the beauty of business, right? You don't have to be perfect. So what we want you guys to do is right here, right there. Let's load that puppy back up. So if you already have a Keyt account, you guys might be wondering, like, I already have a Keyt account. What can I do? Well, you guys can go to onkeyt.com/upgrade. So go to onkeyt.com/upgrade, and you're going to be able to then upgrade your Keyt account to get this offer. And I'm going to show you guys there's a lot more in this offer as well. Okay, so don't worry if you already have a Keyt account. We'll upgrade your account. You'll get the same offer, and we'll actually bump your billing back 6 months. Okay, so let's say you're on the core plan or the content pro plan. We're going to upgrade you to advanced marketer. We're going to then delay your billing for 6 months. You're going to have no other payments for 6 months after you join this package. And you're going to be able to use the advanced marketer suite for those whole 6 months. Okay. And I'm going to be showing you guys why this is such a no-brainer here in a second, especially for existing customers, because when you take that $149 a month times 6, that alone, I think it's $897 or $893 or something like that. Let's just do the math real fast. Okay. So $149 a month times 6 equals $894. So right there, we're already giving you $894 in free payments. Okay, so just go to onkeyt.com/upgrade if you're an existing customer. And Tyler said this. So Tyler said, honestly, I was nervous about switching over. I'm a full-time investor. My livelihood was based in the #1 SEO ranking I already had, and I couldn't lose. But I made the leap after researching a ton and realized you're the best and couldn't be happier. I not only retained the #1 ranking, but gained others. Plus my conversion rate went up and my leads doubled. The ROI has been amazing. I'm closing another $30,000 profit deal next week. Tyler Ford, Tucson, Arizona. The cool thing about that is that he was nervous. He wasn't sure if it was going to work. He wasn't sure if that was the right. He's a technical guy. He likes to do the web stuff. He's like, maybe I can just figure this stuff out myself. And then he did what every single successful entrepreneur that I know does. He took a leap of faith, took the wallet out of his pocket, took out his credit card, made an investment into his business. It paid off. Listen to that Keyt cast when it comes out next week, y'all. Like literally, he said it's the best start to the year he's ever had, and he's finally excited about his business. That's the part I'm excited about, that he's excited about his business more than he ever has been, so he can actually go out there and have that freedom, flexibility, so he can light himself up. Dan Walters in Boise. I've been investing full-time for years in the Boise market. All my marketing was offline, but I saw it getting harder and harder. I knew I needed to get online, but was skeptical about how well things could work. Others in my market were using Keyt, so I checked them out and jumped in, okay? Fast forward, pretty much all my deals come from Keyt now, and I close 6 to 8 deals a month. Margins are higher. Consistency has been key. He went from all offline to all online, 6 to 8 deals a month. Consistency is what got it for him, okay? And someone's saying that you went to the upgrade link and for some reason it doesn't work. Let me send something through to you really quick. We'll test it out in here really quick just to make sure. Okay, I tested it before the call, it was working. Martin, I chose Keyt Performance. Hey, Trevor, FYI, I got a contract today on that lead from SEO. We'll make at least $33K on that deal. And I want you guys to listen to this one, okay? This one's really, really cool, okay? And I don't know why these links are not the right link. I think I forgot, y'all. That link is not the link. Onkeyt.com/special or start. Okay. So you don't have to be perfect in business. This is a good illustration of that, isn't it? So let me play this really fast for you. And this is Luke. He's actually a land buyer. And it's pretty cool what he says.
Many ways to skin a cat, but so I guess you're using Investor Keyt, is that right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Cool, and that's worked out pretty well for you.
Yeah. So I was using one of their competitors and not getting very many leads per day, as far as like buyers signing up for an email list. And then I actually was living in Roseburg, where my wife is from, Oregon, and that's where Trevor lives. And I didn't find him online. I ended up just meeting him in person.
Are you the guy that signed up at the office?
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking about that.
Yeah, Trevor's awesome. But where was I going with that thought? Then I switched to Carrot, and I don't know what it was, if it's like, if I was getting just as many people coming to my website, but all I know is that after I have switched to Carrot, I'm getting an average of like probably 3 to 5 people signing up for my buyers list per day.
That's awesome, dude. That's really good. So I guess that's, and you're not paying anything with that, right? That's just either defining it organically or going through your ads that you're posting anyway.
Yeah.
That's a great tip. I mean, you know, I guess we don't know if Craigslist is flagging and removing your ads for that or not, but it sounds like it's kind of worth it. I mean, if you can build a buyer's list, I mean, that's a valuable asset to have. And it's, I mean, if you sell properties in 20 hours, I mean, hey, it's probably worth the trouble to do whatever you have to send people there.
And it's really consistent too. Like the 700 people has all been from that since like September or October of last year, just me not doing anything. So
man, that's sweet. So is there, I don't know, is there anything you're willing to share about how your landing page is set up? Is it just like one single page? Is there like a video on it, or are you saying something special that's compelling them to sign up?
Yeah, so it really was all Trevor and Carrot. Like I just did the basic stuff. I honestly don't know all of their, no magic that they put into it. I just know it works. I didn't really do a whole lot. I think they do have a template specifically for land investors now, but I think so I have a buying site and a selling site. I think I used the house version, and I had to go through and switch everything to land.
Sure.
That's not something I've really delved into a lot, and I guess that's kind of where I'm relying on Carrot and their expertise to make that work. Yeah.
So the reason I want to show that one really quick is number one, he's the land guy, but also it kind of went back to the performance side of things. He was getting some leads. He thought things were kind of working. He was crazy nervous before he switched because he's like, he couldn't conceptualize in his brain what performance meant tangibly until he made that leap, tried it out, and did it. Now, he was driving traffic there. He said he didn't really do much, but he had links on Land and Farm, Land Watch, things like that were driving back to his buyer's list. And that's what his leads were. And he was crushing it, which like that makes me smile because that gives him that consistent, predictable lead flow that can make his business really, thrive. So this is designed for all real estate investors, wholesalers, flippers, landlords, rent to own, land and note investors, even real estate agents. We have Agent Carrot Beta that is in right now. We're going to be coming out of beta here in March, which I'm pumped about. So what you're going to get with this offer, you're going to get 6 months free of the Advanced Marketer Suite. You're going to get the Content Pro marketing system. You're going to get access to any new inbound marketing features that we build out in that plan, in the Advanced Marketer plan, as long as you remain in that plan. You're going to get access to our weekly live group coaching calls every single Tuesday. That's kind of the missing piece that is going to really help you amplify things from there. But what you're going to get with this offer, the Market Leaders Revealed offers, you're going to get access to the Market Leaders Revealed Masterclass. And this is a 10-week masterclass that will reveal the behind the scenes kind of what's working best from a lot of these people that I've profiled tonight plus more, okay? This is, this market for the Market Leaders Revealed, why did I write that? It didn't make any sense. It's for the top 9 clients in these different markets to really help you get consistency and momentum. Okay, so what is it that you're gonna be able to see and access and get with the Market Leaders Revealed training? Well, over the 10 weeks, you'll be able to really be looking over the shoulder and studying 9 of our most prolific lead generators, okay? Smaller markets and bigger market lead strategies, newer investor and experienced investor lead strategies, okay? Zach and Matt, those guys who are crushing it right now. They're locking down in January over 6 figures in deal profits. They're only 8 to 9 months into their business. How did they build it up to that point? They walk through in detail how they did that, but also experienced guys. Okay, we have all those things in there. Probate and inherited leads. What's working today, right now in 2018 to get those sought after leads? Advanced SEO strategies to control your market online. How to really scale your leads in tough markets. Who on here is in a tough market? Who on here is in a tough market? Like a lot of tough markets. Well, these guys are saying, hey, my market's tough too. This is exactly how in my market I am scaling in my market and cracking through. And these guys are not educators. They're not gurus. None of them are. Okay. They're going to be showing you Ryan Berry in particular. He's a direct mail. This guy's amazing. While everyone's saying direct mail is not working, he's cleaning up with direct mail and probate. He did almost $1 million in profits last year with direct mail while everyone else is quitting it. And he does direct mail in a completely different way. He gives you his direct mail pieces. Okay. Like if I'm going to go over here really fast and show you this really fast, I'm showing the inside of the Market Leaders Revealed training area. Go down here to Ryan Berry's section. You're going to be able to get the video with all of them, and then you're going to be able to get the resource and the slides. This one here shows all of his direct mail pieces that are working. It shows the words on them, shows the envelopes inside of his trainings, all kinds of really cool stuff in there. Okay, I'm gonna be able to get the cold calling scripts from Max Maxwell that's bringing in $60K a month, and his exact step execution plan with the call that we had with him last week. The lead stacking strategies, what every one of them are doing online and offline, and you're gonna be able to find out how many of them are then branching out into different markets in this competitive market to crush it, okay, and a lot more. And you're going to be able to see lots of stuff. So here's, Kylie Newbold. He's put in over $750,000 in Facebook ads for only motivated house sellers for investors in the past year. He walks through his exact Facebook targeting execution plan in there. Okay, Ryan Berry, how he's crushing it, did almost $1 million in direct mail profits last year while everyone else is losing, and he stacked on another 130K. In online profits from Carrot. Adrian, how to expand markets when he's entering new markets. Right here, David Brown, how he controls an entire state with SEO. Does 40 leads a deal by himself, highly profitable. How can you do that? All of these come with execution plans. All of these come with the video, the slides, and we're not done yet. We actually have 2 more live sessions we're doing. A lot of these are already in the can. You're going to get access to them immediately. Max Maxwell's, you can buy this tonight, have access to his entire thing tonight. But we have 2 more that we already have scheduled live. One with Brian Rockwell next week. He's going to walk through his exact process, how he went from beginning investor, and he's going to break down every month what happened every month of 2017 to get his first deal, to get his next, to get momentum. What lead source did he stack on? What did he do here? How did he get $700,000 in gross deal profits in Dallas, Texas, one of the most competitive markets in the country, in his first year? That's next week's call. Brad Chandler, one of the top home buyers in the country, he barely works in his business anymore because he's built the team and he's scaled things up. He's going to be walking through sometime in April or May what they're doing this year for marketing. Okay, so after you go through that, what else do you need to really be successful with online marketing? Well, I want to make sure you have everything you need to make it happen, the way that the clients that I've shared have today. And so we're going to be giving you access to our 3 lead per day training. And this is our core training on traffic, SEO, pay-per-click, the whole shebang. Okay, it's the #1 SEO training in the market. That's why you see our Carrot clients crushing it everywhere. It's because of this training and our coaching calls and our platform all combined. You're going to be able to see our pay-per-click training and access some of the ads and keywords. And you're going to be able to get quick traffic hacks, how to outsource. And it's all laid out so someone who's beginner can access it and go through the beginner's path. If you're advanced, go straight to the advanced path. If you're looking for quick traffic, go there. Cool thing is you can then outsource it and send a VA in here if you want to. And then they're going to be able to go, hey, have them follow certain things, have them show up to the coaching calls for you. So you're going to be able to get the 6 months of Advanced Marketer for free, Market Leaders Revealed Masterclass, and access to those 2 calls we're still going to do live here in the future. One of them is next week. The next one's in April sometime. Content Pro Marketing System. Any new features we build into the Advanced Marketer Suite, our weekly live group coaching calls, a 3 lead per day masterclass, and you're going to get our current Facebook leads masterclass. This sells every single day for $200. Every single day for $200. You're going to be able to learn how to set up your retargeting ads. You're going to be able to see example ads, be able to see all that stuff, or you can hand this off to a VA or an assistant and they can do it for you. You're going to be able to get that for free as well. So if you're thinking about Carrot and let's say you're successful offline, but you really don't have an online presence yet, this is going to help you in a big way because we're going to be able to help you amplify what's working offline. As your people from direct mail are going to Google and searching, this is going to help you amplify those results. Okay, if you're not really consistently generating leads, but you are online, this is going to help you consistently generate more leads if you're already getting traffic there, because you're going to be able to get more conversions, just like Tom saw, just like Tyler saw. If you go to a higher converting platform, you're going to be able to get more leads from the traffic you're already driving. If you want to ramp it up right now, you're like, I want to take it to the next level, and you don't want to become an SEO or tech or conversion expert, cool. This is for you because we've baked a lot of those things in. We've made it easier for you. Then we give you access to the resources that then can deploy it if you don't have the time, energy to deploy it yourself. Okay, so here's a question for you. If all this did was save you just one lost deal from an underperforming website or a bad online marketing strategy this year, would it be worth it? Save you 10, 20K, right? What if this just gave you the ability to cancel $100 a month in services that are already included in Carrot that you could just bail on? Would it be worth it then? Like, how much would that save you? $1,200? What if it just helped you save several months and several thousands of dollars trying to get it right yourself, trying to do these things yourself? Would it be worth it? Is your time that valuable? Well, here's the way that I did it over 8 years. It's the hard way. And that's the way that it took me 8 years to do this. And so many investors are doing this right now. Okay, you got to come up with the strategy first. You got to hope that strategy is the right strategy for the current market. If it's not, all the work you're doing is for naught. Then you got to go hire a good web guy, or you got to spend tons of hours yourself trying to figure this stuff out. Good ones, like your Aunt Peggy, who can put up a Wix website, is not going to get the job done for you. That's not what the market leaders are doing. You can do that, but that's not going to get your performance. That's going to be at least $3K. Then you got to get a copywriter to write some good content that converts well and it's optimized for SEO. Another $1,500. Got to hire an SEO firm. That's at least $1,000 for a good one. Got to buy the plugins on WordPress to get those things dialed in. You got to get good web hosting. Good web hosting is at least $30 a month for your virtual private server. Okay, if you're on anything less than that, you're putting your business at risk. You got to get other software like split testing software. That hacker hacked your WordPress site because you didn't update a plugin. That's $450. So really, it's like $5K to $16K to do it right. You know, it's $5K to $16K to do it right, plus hundreds of hours. So what we're going to be offering tonight for this Market Leaders Revealed package, it's only $997 today. $997 today. It's going to get you 6 months of the Advanced Marketer Suite for free. So you're going to have no payments for 6 months. And then at the 6 months, your account's going to automatically renew at that $149 a month. Okay, it's going to automatically renew. But the cool thing is you can always downgrade if you want to. Once 6 months is up, you can stay right in there. Our aim is to give you enough time, give you that 6 months to deploy and execute and show up to some of our coaching calls and put a plan in place and get your first deal done with this, or ramp up and get your next deal done. That's our aim with this, is to give you enough time to get in there and succeed. Okay, and then in 6 months, it kicks right in at that $149 a month from there. So just go to oncarrot.com/start. Okay, what you can do is go to oncarrot.com/start. You're gonna see this page like this. It's going to run through some of those things I've already showed you. Okay. And then you just go down here, fill out the simple form, and you can see right here, $997 today. And then in 6 months, it's going to renew at the $149 a month, but you could always cancel or downgrade if you want to anytime. Place the order. Right after that, you're going to get some emails that are going to give you access to the Market Leaders Revealed Masterclass. You're going to get access to the Facebook course, the 3 lead per day. You're going to get immediate access to the next coaching calls that we have. And then you're also going to get access to your software. So you can launch your first website here shortly, you know, and this offer does end Sunday at midnight. So a lot of people are asking, like, why Carrot, right? There's a lot of other options. So you can set up your own WordPress site, set up your own Wix site, Weebly, any of those things. Okay. Well, honestly, it sounds kind of weird because we're more expensive. I mean, we are more expensive than other solutions. And that might be a weird reason to work with us, right? But we made a conscious decision to build a tool for serious entrepreneurs, for serious investors, for serious agents. We could have totally said, you know, we're going to stay in that $50 a month camp. But the thing is, we couldn't have then invested into you as well, because the extra costs go into helping you get this better performance. The extra cost goes into the testing that we do, the tweaking that we do, the optimizing that we do on the overall platform to help you get that result better on an aggregate level. It goes into the high level support. We have a team of 20. We're hiring 3 more people right now. Okay, ask around. We've got the best support and the best support structure in the industry. Okay, if you want to be the best, you got to work with the best, and that's what we've invested into being is the best. So if you are looking for a lower price, and you always got to look at, like, what am I going to lose by trying to cheapen out and go a lower price? Okay, and also you're going to be in the best SEO tool and conversion tool in the industry. So you kind of have 2 choices here, and we all have these 2 choices. Like we have these pivotal decisions, these pivotal moments. Tyler Ford could have gave up his business January 2017. That was one choice he had. He could have gave up and said, you know what, man, I had a good run, 20 years, but I'm done. He had another choice too. He said, you know what, I'm going to do some research. I'm going to find out where leads are going right now in this industry. People are flooding online to do research. That's where leads are going in this industry big time. Okay, that's where they're going. Now, where is going to help me position myself the best there? Okay, cool. He did the research. He found Carrot. Then he went, okay, you know what? I'm going to do what every good, successful entrepreneur does. I'm going to make a leap of faith. I'm going to take out that wallet. I'm going to take out my credit card. I'm going to invest in this thing, and I'm going to trust that it works. I'm going to execute and implement it. Okay, so that's the second option. You can just jump in. You can get started right now. Your first option is you can do nothing, and you don't take this leap of faith. But if you do nothing, you're still going to have the same problem that you came to this call with if you choose not to go out there and execute the things I taught, right? You're still going to have the same problem. If you look back in a year, if you do nothing, what are you going to do between now and then that is going to change the trajectory? You've got to do something. It's either a decision tonight, or it's a decision in a month or 6 months or 8 months that's going to get you in a better position, right? Just go to oncarrot.com/start if you want to jump in. And you've got a 30-day guarantee. After you sign up, if you don't like it, just let us know. Just let us know within 30 days and we'll get you your money back, okay? We're all adults here. I don't want you messaging me in 3 months and saying, hey, it's 3 months in, I kind of gave it a shot. Can I have my $9.97 back, okay? We're all in business and we're all adults. And I just trust that we give you plenty of time during these 30 days to dig in and see if it's right for you, just like it is for thousands of other investors that are getting the best result in the industry. And if it's not, that's cool. That's totally cool. If the timing's not right, you're day 28, that's totally awesome. I respect it. And that's why this guarantee is there. But if you're in month 2, if you're in month 3, I want you to give yourself enough credit to be able to focus on how do I deploy this and make it work just like Tyler, just like Tom, just like Zach and Matt, just like David, just like the thousands of other Keyt clients that have proved that this works. There's no doubt that this thing works, right? There's no doubt. Like I can send you guys 1,000 other testimonials. There's got to be some number in there that enough testimonials becomes enough. Then the next thing is like, okay, we know the thing works. Am I going to actually work it? And that's what I want you guys to make the decision on. That's why the guarantee is there. There's no doubt that Keyt works. Okay, do the Google searches, look in Bigger Pockets, look on Facebook in the forums, find out what everyone says you should use. Okay, it's going to be Keyt. But then what you're going to do is go, okay, I know that works. Am I going to work it? And that's where I want you to be convicted. That's where you need to look at that banner on my canvas on my wall. What are your priorities? Actions express priorities. And the real question is it worth investing a few minutes of your time tonight, to check this thing out? Set up your site, get started, make your investment back, 10 times, when you close your first deal? Okay, $1,000, average profit per deal, 10K, let's say. You close one deal, it pays for Keyt for 10 years, right? Let's go to unkeyt.com/start. So what you're going to get, recap this again, 6 months of the Advanced Marketer Suite for free. Normally it'd be $149 times 6 right there. That's $894. So you're already getting $894 in basically free money. So it makes this whole package like $103 is all, okay? Because you're already getting 6 months free of the Advanced Marketer. So especially for you guys who are already Keyt customers, if you're in the Advanced Marketer plan, this is a flat out no-brainer for you. Because it's only $103 more than what you would be paying for your normal $149 a month portion of your payment. Okay. If you're in Core or Content Pro, this is your opportunity to get that full suite, give it a run for 6 months, and get all these bonuses. And it's just such a great deal for you. We wanted to make this a no-brainer for our clients, right? That's why we're doing this. We wanted to make it a flat no-brainer for our clients. You get access to the Market Leaders Revealed Masterclass, the 3 Lead Per Day Masterclass, our weekly group coaching calls. We don't want to leave you hanging. The Facebook Leads Masterclass. You do them yourself or hand them to an assistant or a VA. A Content Pro marketing system. Any new features we build into the Advanced Marketer Suite while you're a member there. The total value is over 12 grand, and you're getting it all for $997. But I always like to kind of reward people who take action quickly, right? So we've got a few fast action bonuses. There is some. No, this is not for non-members, not for non-members at all. So it's for both. Barry says, is this for non-members or customers? It's for both, man. So if you're a current customer, go to onkeyt.com/upgrade. You'll still pay the same $997 today, but then we delay your billing for 6 months. We basically turn your monthly bill off for the $149 portion of it for 6 months. If you have a bunch of extra websites or agent Keyt in there, those parts of your bill will continue, but the $149 a month part of it, we're gonna shut that off for 6 months, man. So it's like a flat no-brainer for existing customers. And we always want to love on our existing customers. That's why we made this offer just such a no-brainer for y'all. But we want to throw something at you guys. Okay. So limited fast action bonuses here for the first 48 hours only. So 48 hours from right now, every single person who orders is going to get the most comfortable t-shirt in the world. It seriously is. We've heard that so many times. Max Maxwell wears his to deals negotiating with sellers because he says it's so comfortable. You're going to be able to get a Keyt shirt mailed to you here very shortly, and one of our Keyt buds, the Farmer Keyt, Super Keyt, Gal, Agent Keyt, our normal Keyt. You're going to get one of those. We're going to swag you up, okay? Now, is it valuable? No, it's pretty fun though, right? So anyone in the first 48 hours, you're going to get that, all right? Let's go to unkeyt.com/start, okay? So next, fast action bonus number 2, anyone in the first 24 hours, you're going to be able to set up a one-on-one coaching call with the Keyt coach, okay? It's normally $300 value. We're going to be able to walk you through things. What I suggest in this, though, is don't set that up in the first month. And there's a reason for that. The first month, I want you logging in, launching that first site in the first week, engaging in a coaching call first, okay? Get on one of our group coaching calls every single Tuesday at 11 o'clock Pacific time. Get in that group coaching call. Ask questions. Feel yourself around. Hop on the market leaders reveal call next week with Brian Rockwell. Okay, he's going to walk you through his whole path on how he deployed Keyt and crushed it and did 700 grand his first year. That's not normal. He did it though. Okay, so go through those, and then probably like week 6, then reach out to us to schedule your one-on-one coaching call, like around week 6. Okay, and we're gonna be able to help you map out that plan and help you pivot and plan out the rest of that year to crush it. All right, on Keyt.com/start. That's for the first 24 hours only, and because that's an actual constraint that we have time-wise, so we can't offer that to everybody. This one's highly valuable. So part of the traffic plan we always have is paid traffic, right? So for the first 25 people only, this includes people who upgrade. So Barry, if this is something you want, man, this includes you if you want to upgrade to this. And like I said, it's a no-brainer for existing customers because you're gonna get the advanced marketer plan for free for 6 months. We're gonna bump back your billing for 6 months, okay, on the advanced marketer plan, your plan part of it. And then you're gonna get access to all this. So it's only like $103 more than you would normally pay if you were just paying the $149 a month on advanced marketer. But with this, if you want to launch Google pay-per-click, one of the biggest things there is making sure your campaign is set up right. And the most common thing we have found with people making Google pay-per-click not work well, the first one is their website isn't dialed in for conversion. Okay, Keyt clients, you're already ahead of the curve there. The second one is their ads aren't set up correctly. So we're going to be giving you our actual ad spreadsheet that we use every time we go in and launch Google AdWords for one of our high-end clients across the country. So if we're going to go into Dallas or Kansas City and we're going to start Google AdWords for them, we take this spreadsheet, all these ads, all these keywords, this targeting, these ad groups, these bids, we take them, we upload them. Okay, now then we have a video that shows you how to take that spreadsheet and do the same thing and then what you'll need to adjust when you get in there. That alone is going to save you a ton of time and possibly thousands of dollars in lost money versus sending a bad campaign through. But I know people who charge $1,500 for that exact service. First 25 are going to get that for free. Go to onkeyt.com/start. So there's the 3 fast action bonuses. Everyone in the first 48 hours is going to get amazing swag. First 24 hours, let's set up a coaching call about 6 weeks out. First 24 members or our 25 members, you're going to get our AdWords starter campaign right there, y'all. Like that alone, you upload that thing this next week, you tweak it up, you show up to a coaching call, you put a small budget in there. You could have leads coming in the next week or two. And hopefully, like my aim is you close a deal in the first 6 months. Okay. So that pays for your Keyt membership for like 10 more years, right? That's my aim. Now, can I guarantee it? No, but that's always my aim. onkeyt.com/start. Okay. Like I said, if you're already a member, go to onkeyt.com/upgrade, but you can within minutes launch your first site, personalize it, go pick a traffic plan, implement that traffic plan, track, analyze, those leads. What is one extra closed deal per year worth for you? Is it 10K, 20K? What's it worth for you? Okay. That's what I want you to think about. Is where are these lever points that you're not thinking about? What are these phantom expenses in your business that are currently taking money out? How much could that change your life? Like Tyler, took him from a business he was hating, he almost gave up, to a business he's having fun, thriving, more profit than ever because he focused on these things. Okay, so here's some questions that are coming in, and I've got to kind of keep this short because I yapped a little bit longer today, but I've got my church group here in a second. But here's some questions I want to run through, okay? And what happens after that first 6 months? So this is the same for an existing Keyt customer versus someone new. If you take the offer, just go to onkeyt.com/start, $997. And what's going to happen is we're going to charge the $997 today, and then we're going to delay your monthly billing for 6 months, okay? So after 6 months, it's going to renew into the advanced marketer plan at the $149 a month. But you can always downgrade, cancel any of that kind of stuff at that time. Okay. But like I said, just make sure you kind of put that in your calendar. You're an adult. We're all adults. Don't be surprised by that. Put it in your calendar now so you know about it. But that's what it is. And that's our aim is we want to have you a client for life. We want to so help you during these 6 months, help you crush it. You're never going to think about, leaving it at 6 months. Our average client stays for well over a year and growing. We've only been in business for a few years, right? So our average client crushed it. What if you want to be fully hands-off? What if you're closing a bunch of deals every year and you want to outsource? Well, we do have services that can handle a lot of that stuff for you. So after you join, go to onkeyt.com/start. After you join, we do have services that can handle that at different levels for you in our marketplace. So just reach out to our support and chat with us there. What if you already have Keyt? This offer is even better for you if you already have Keyt. So once again, doing the math here, $149 a month times 6 equals $894. Okay, $894. So if it's $894 that basically means that this is only costing you like $103 more than you would normally pay if you would just pay your $149 a month times 6. Okay. If you're on a different plan, if you're on Content Pro, it's still an amazing deal because you get all those courses for free. You get the advanced marketer suite, you get upgraded to that, all those kinds of things. Okay. Does Keyt integrate with Podio and other CRMs and things like that? We do. Yep, we integrate with lots of CRMs where we can manage your leads instead of our simple lead manager. Well, you need to put money into marketing. You definitely do need to. You need to put time or money in. So Brian Rockwell did both. He executed pay-per-click on the front end, had someone do that for him that he found in our marketplace. And then on the long term, he just put his head down. He used the 3 lead per day and he said he treated it like a college course. He put his head down and executed. Okay, he put his head down and executed. And so he did free on the SEO side of things and paid someone over there. We have a lot of people that just focus in on the free side. Tyler doesn't do any pay-per-click. He's just on the SEO side of things. So that's all free for him. Okay, except for his Keyt expenses. And we have a lot of people that do SEO. Okay, so it's up to you on what your plan is there. Okay, looking at some questions. Do you still need hosting? You do not. Okay, Keyt, we had a third-party company actually test the hosting on our website after a massive server upgrade in December, and our client sites are the top 5 fastest, top 5% fastest in the world as far as the websites goes. Okay, so you do not need hosting. You're insanely fast. All of your websites will be SSL encrypted, all that kind of stuff. If you need a domain name, you do need a domain name. You can port yours over. If you bought it at GoDaddy or Namecheap or something like that, you can bring your domain name over to Keyt, and we can help you do that. Our support team can. What if I'm a real estate agent? Can I still use Keyt? Yes, if you're a real estate agent, you totally can. Probably 600 or 700 of our clients are agents and investors, and we do have agent Keyt. So if you're like, I just want Keyt for the agent side, join through this offer. Go to onkeyt.com/start, and then let us know after you join. Say, hey, I just want agent Keyt. So what we'll do is we'll move your account over from investor Keyt to agent Keyt. Okay, the price will still be the same. The only difference is rather than getting 1 website or 3 websites, you'll get 1 because we found the best strategy for agents is just 1 website anyway. Plus you get other features. You get other content per article specific for agents, things like that. So yeah, we can totally work with you and help you crush it on the agent side. Lots of people use Keyt in my market, doesn't matter. Okay, you look at several of these case studies. Brian Rockwell's a prototypical one, right? Where Dallas is probably the most competitive market of any market for Keyt in the entire country. Okay, we have probably 60 clients there. And it doesn't matter, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're modeling what works, you got to look at, well, this is what works. It's clear that the Keyt sites are crushing in the rankings. It's clear that that tool is the tool that works the best. And then next you go, okay, now how do I separate myself a little bit? You can go in there and personalize it, okay? You can go in there and personalize the website, building your credibility, building your branding, adjust the copy a little bit, still retain what makes Keyt work so great. And then what Brian did, he just out-executed the competition, okay? He's using the superior tool, even against other Keyt clients. He just out-executed the competition. So it doesn't matter that people were there 2 years before him. He came in and wiped them off the map because he out-executed them. He just happens to be using the tool better. But this tool will put you at an advantage. If you're not using this tool and then the people who are leading the market are, then that probably puts you at a disadvantage, right? So just make sure you're using the tool that the leaders are using and then out-execute them on it. And is Keyt mainly for SEO? So Keyt's amazing at SEO, but a lot of our clients don't use Keyt for SEO at all. A lot of our clients just are direct mail people, and they want an amazing mobile optimized site for when people look them up, things like that, okay? There's a couple questions. Awesome. There's a couple questions, and I got to bounce here in a few, like 6. I'm going to be running late to my growth group. But Nadia and Jean White, what's up, out of North Carolina, says, hey, Trevor, I just upgraded. Don't tell my competition because Keyt works. But I did not have to give my name. I already gave it. Sorry about that. So how do you know it's me? It's because you're logged into your account. It says, yay, a t-shirt and my Keyt buddy. I will have a friend. Awesome. Welcome aboard. You've already been aboard, but awesome on the upgrade. Right here, Luke Petroza says, quick shout out for Keyt. It allowed me to quit my engineering job and pursue what I believe I'm here to do. Help other people through my vehicle of real estate investing. Can't thank you enough. Dude, I'm so pumped we had a chance to meet in Dallas, man. That pumps me up big time. Barry down here, and he's asking about the offerings of current clients. Says, I pay annually, and I believe that I have the Content Pro 3 lead per day online coach, but I'm not sure what I have. I don't believe I have the masterclass. You definitely don't have the Oh, if you have the Facebook course. If you don't have the Facebook course, you'll get it. Okay. So if you want this offer, Barry, I mean, even if you have some of those courses, that's no biggie. Like these are just bonuses and icing on the cake. If you want this upgrade, just go to onkeyt.com/upgrade. It's the $997 today, like you said. We'll upgrade your account to the Advanced Marketer Suite, which gives you more SEO tools and some other things. And then we're also going to bump your billing back for 6 months. So it really only makes this thing a few $100 in actual cost for you. Since $99 a month, which is what you're on Content Pro, times 6 is $600. So this is really, what is that? $400, I guess it is, right? $397 is what this is really costing you versus what you would have paid before. But you're getting the Market Leaders Revealed full training and all the resources in there. You're getting the other trainings that you might not have. You're getting the upgrade to the Advanced Marketer, all those kinds of things. Yep, so it's going to go to onkeyt.com/upgrade. Question. Someone says, yep, pop a question through. Looks like from Dearborn, Michigan, if you have it. Robert says, before I buy, many of the benefits require me to have the time to do the coaching and implementation. I don't have the time and need to hire that out. Is that right? Is this the right option? So we have a ton of customers who don't have the time. Okay, that's where you just have to make that decision. Do you invest your time, or do you invest your money, or do you invest both, right? So that's where us as entrepreneurs have to make that decision. A lot of our clients invest their time to do certain parts, and then they go to our marketplace over here. They go to our marketplace right here, and then outsource a lot of the other things to us or some of our vetted vendors. Okay, so if you need to deploy some of this stuff, we have pre-vetted vendors that you can work with. If you want us to help you do some of these things, we have services that can help you do some of those things. So yeah, we do have all the way from white glove concierge services that are not cheap, Robert, but are for the high-end investor, all the way down to we're going to give you every resource at the a la carte level to learn and do what you want. Yep, great question, man. Elena says, I'm doing private money looking for a site. How can Keyt help me? So we do have people using, let's see, Legacy Capital. So they're actually a big private lender in Philadelphia. They use Keyt right here. Okay. We have owner finance sites. We do have hard money sites like this. They're not ones you can log in right now and launch, but we do have them. You'd have to work with our team on that. Yep, we've got them in there. And then, yeah, Barry, if you do pay annually, what we'll do is when you pay the $997, what we're going to do is we're going to bump your annual payment back another 6 months. So if your annual payment was going to happen, let's say in August, we would bump it back another 6 months after that is what we would do. All right. Cool. So I've got to jet, y'all. Otherwise, I'm going to be in deep, deep water with my wife. So what I want you guys to do is go to, like I said, go to onkeyt.com/start or go to onkeyt.com/upgrade if you're not a Keyt client yet. The fast action bonuses are going to go away pretty quick. I already see people coming in right now. This one's open for anyone in the first 48 hours. This one goes away tomorrow. This time, this one goes away when 25 people fill it up, and that right there could literally pay for your investment in this 10 times over if you leverage it. And that one's going to be gone probably for sure before the promo is ending, which is Sunday. Okay, so make sure you get it. But this is basically what you're getting. I want to go back to the page that kind of recaps it better here, right there. And just go to onkeyt.com/start. $997 today. It's going to renew in 6 months at our Advanced Marketer plan price. You can always downgrade or anything at that point. Okay, and this is the best offer we've ever made, and you're probably not going to see a better offer for Keyt, especially an existing Keyt customer with this training. And I'm pumped about the Market Leaders Revealed training. Like, this is one that our plan is to continue building upon this training, and as the market changes, our plan is to bring in these new market leaders. So like I said, this next one is with Brian Rockwell, how he did $700K, and he's going to dive in detail. This one right here, Max Maxwell, I'm talking, he told every step of everything about how he's bringing in $60K a month with cold calling, and also how he's bringing in $30 to $40K a month with Keyt on the side. Okay, everything, exactly what to say, his exact scripts, all the resources he uses, everything. You could take that and deploy it in your market and make a bunch of money this next year. Ryan Berry over here, you want to do direct mail? Yours isn't working? Cool. His is completely different than anything you've seen, especially in the probate side. Tyler, you want to crush online? Sweet. Tyler's going to give you his exact process that he deploys in addition to our 3 lead per day training, all the slides, his trainings, all that stuff. And you're going to be able to listen to the live call next week with Brian Rockwell. You're going to be able to be on the call with Brad Chandler in April and May too. Okay. Onkeyt.com/start. Luke, appreciate you, man. Luke says, appreciate the time. Trevor, let me know if we can do anything for you. For sure, man. Love it. I got a jet. Love you guys. Have an amazing, amazing evening. We are just so pumped to be able to do what we do. Okay. This right here, I'll finish with this. Okay. This $997, y'all, is not going to change my life one bit. Okay. If you end up making this purchase and you take that wallet out of your pocket, you make the investment. If you make this purchase, it's not going to affect my bank account in a measurable way. It's not going to affect my lifestyle. It's not going to affect my business. It's not going to impact me in any measurable way at all. But like Tyler did, like Brian did, like thousands of others, this $997 could impact yours. This could be that moment for you, like Tyler had, where he's like, I can either go this direction or this direction. And he chose to go this direction, which was carrot. Okay. And he made the leap. He did what every single successful entrepreneur I know does. He took the wallet out of his pocket, took out the credit card, made the investment based off of facts, based off of truth and trust. Okay. You guys can research us. The reason I'm selling this so hard, honestly, is because I see so many people, so many investors doing it the wrong way, that they're completely crushing their dream that entrepreneurship was for them before they started, that they would get the freedom, that they would get the flexibility, that they would get the finances, but they're using tools that don't let them do that. They don't build the consistency, the predictability, the momentum that enables you to do that. I was in that boat, y'all. I was there. Okay. I know what it feels on the inside. I know what it feels on this side of it too. And I see it every single day with guys like Luke on here. Okay. With other people that are crushing it, leveraging this methodology. And we want to do the same thing for you guys. Go to onkeyt.com/start. We'll talk soon. Have a great night.